Your Humpty eyes do not deceive you. This article here that says that it takes 5 minimum wage workers to rent 1-bedroom apartment in Atlanta.
What?
There was a study that was done here, a survey that was done. I want to go over that with you all because tonight's going to be a program about what you can afford. It's going to be a program about what you can afford and what it takes. And I'm telling you today, it takes the strength of 5 men to do this. No kidding around right here. Now, what they're talking about is the city of Atlanta is ranked as the place where the rent to wage ratio is the worst in the United States. According to a new study by Best Interest Financial and Clever Real Estate, not one of the 50 most populous metropolitan areas are affordable to rent a 1-bedroom apartment on minimum wage. But for Atlanta, things have a much larger gap. The study reported that the necessary wage to rent a place is $34.58.
Damn!
So Atlanta renters have a more than $27 wage gap to affording a rental unit. On the flip side of the rent to earnings ratio, the same study said based on minimum wage, Atlanta's ideal rent would be just $348 a month. That's more than $1,300 less than the rent reported in the area, according to the study. The study also reported that Atlanta's affordability gap is so significant, five minimum wage workers would be needed just to rent a single 1-bedroom apartment. Let me say that one more time. The study reported that Atlanta's affordability gap is so significant that 5 minimum wage workers would be needed just to rent a single 1-bedroom apartment based on the current monthly rent in the area. However, the study said that while Atlanta is the worst, it's not alone. There are 7 other cities that need workers to band together with their earnings just to share a place. Illegals much? According to the study, Atlanta is the most expensive metro for minimum wage workers who would spend 143% of their gross monthly income just on the rent. For a single minimum wage worker earning roughly $1,160 a month, the current rent level of $1,660 means they'd be $500 short immediately. And what are females always nagging men for?
What? Auntie, chill!
No, that hurts some feelings, I'm sure. But by the way, what is it that females are always nagging men for? First thing they want to find out is, can he pay my rent? Ma'am, there's a reason why it's called your rent. It was unclear if the numbers included were for pre- or post-tax withholdings, does it matter, or other full-time benefits taken out of paychecks before they hit bank accounts. The rank of top 8 metropolitan areas for wage to rent has to cross a gulf to afford it are Atlanta at number 1, Dallas at number 2, Raleigh, North Carolina at number 3, Nashville, Tennessee at number 4. Did you ever think in your lifetimes that you would see Tennessee at the top of a list of areas that are expensive to live in? Did you ever think you'd see that in your lifetimes? Austin, Texas, Charlotte, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Salt Lake City, Utah. The cheapest cities for renters making the federal minimum wage were St. Louis and Kansas City, both in Missouri. I'll be right back to tell you all why that's not a great thing here in a moment. But in St. Louis, the most affordable metro, workers earn $15 an hour and pay $995 for a one-bedroom apartment, with rent consuming about 41% of gross monthly income, still above the recommended 30%, the study says. So that was the end of their article here about that. I wanted you to see what that says there. Atlanta, Dallas, Raleigh. Most of this list is where black folk have moved to, because moving still has the same goal. You're looking for a place where you can make more money and it costs you less. Here's the problem. You're not by yourself. So every time that you locate, or it gets passed around to people that this is a place that, it's a lower cost of living, but with higher incomes, well, everybody ends up moving there. Or at least you get a large number of people who come there in groups. California gold rush, Detroit automotive industry, oil in Texas. So whenever you have a place that opens up economically and they have rising income and low cost of living, it's going to bring in a flood of people. Take a look at Florida today. Take a look at Texas today. Why did all those people go those places in the first place? Because it was a much lower cost of living. But everybody got the same idea at the same time. So everybody ends up flooding into these areas. And what happens? So many of you show up. The first thing that goes away is that low cost of living that you all came for in the first place. It doesn't matter where the geographic area is. New York and LA were just the first, but hardly the only. And so as places become in demand, it carries that higher cost of living with it. So even if that's not where you are today, or if that's not the conditions you're under today, it's going to change if where you're at becomes more popular, because you're not the only one looking for higher income but lower cost of living. You're not the only one. So this is the conditions that will follow you. I've seen videos, if you go to Instagram or whatnot, you see videos. One of the things in particular is you see videos of nurses. Shout out Anne-Marie Wiley.
Auntie, chill.
You see videos of nurses, and in Atlanta in particular, there's a big thing about that. They love going on their IGs and posting about that. And then you take a look at what the real circumstances are. You take a look at what it really costs. You take a look at what it really requires to be there if you're going to be a single person. Let me explain to you the dynamics of it. Yeah, I mean, you can be a nurse. You can definitely go ahead and do that. However, what they're not telling you is you're going to have to work your ass off. Damn! That's the part that nobody's telling you. While they're sitting up here posting up their selfies and whatnot, there's a reason why Anne-Marie Wiley said, hey, let me go marry this dude over here. Let me do that. Yeah, because even with her career, you're just in a very expensive place to be. Not to mention, you're going to have to work and work and work. Anybody who has ever dated or married a nurse knows that. Nurses are always working. I'm giving this as an example because they're talking about how the medical industry is opened up in like Atlanta, and you see a lot of that in Atlanta, Dallas, Sacramento. And here's the other part that you're not including. So yes, you have enough money. You now make enough to live, but you don't have time to do anything else. You literally have to work all the time. So you secured a career that pays you enough to stay where you're living, but the trade-off is, and now you got to work sun up to sundown. She doesn't have free time like that. She doesn't have off time like that. She did all that training because this is what they wanted you for. And now that you're there, we're here to roll the wheels off of you. Because if she's going to go to work for a big hospital or a hospital chain or whatever, If folk are paying you more money, they expect something for it. And what they expect for it is for you to be on call. And they don't want to hire as many of you as they can. They want to hire the bare minimum. They want to keep the labor costs to a minimum. So it's going to be one nurse and 50 patients. It's going to be one nurse and 50 charts. That's what it's going to be. So while you have a few of them who are acting like they can stunt about these things, whether they're nurses or teachers or whatever, the bottom line is once they get you on the hamster wheel, congratulations posting your reels or your shorts or whatever, and that's about where the fun stops. That's where it stops. And the real problem is that the cost isn't going down. The cost is actually going up. We're not talking about New York. We're not talking about LA. We're not talking about Miami. We're talking about Atlanta. Did you all notice the big ones weren't really on here? New York, LA, Atlanta. Did you notice they weren't even on the list? They weren't even really there. We're talking about this part right here. So when you see so many females demanding that the men need to make more money and the men need to split with more money, this is why. You think for the men it's difficult, and for the women is this over here. Just in case you thought it was about to get any easier for you. Oh no, I'm laying negative vibes on you here tonight. I'm laying negative vibes. Do you think that the women's demands have gotten lower? Do you think they've gotten lesser? Short answer is no. Straight out of New York City. I meant to cover this a couple of weeks ago, and I found it to be interesting. From our favorite friends over there at the New York Post. New New York City dating demand has men and women at war. No ride. No date. No, folks, this is a real thing. This is a real thing here. Let me go ahead and show you here right quick. Here's one in particular.
I was supposed to go on a date tonight, but then it got canceled, and here's why. So I had already met this guy we met last weekend. Had drinks, danced, had a very fun evening once we met that night, right? He was like, I want to take you out. So I said, okay, sounds great. He said Saturday. I said, awesome. He said 7:30 this place. I said, great. It's pouring outside, okay? And listen, one of my rules, if a man doesn't at least offer to send you a car for the date, whether you take it or not, no date, okay? And he had not mentioned anything about a car. And to be honest, if the weather was beautiful, sometimes I would rather take the subway, you could do a little walk to the station, all that. So he said, see you in a few hours. I said, sounds good. Are you going to send me a car or make me take the train in the rain? And he goes, ha ha, see you at 7:30. I said, no, thank you. And he said, okay, I'll cancel the res. And I liked it. No. Absolutely not. So I ordered my...
Did you all see the neck jerk when she said no thank you? So, right?
Some Indian food. Oh my god. I'm so fucking excited. And we read our book some. We're gonna watch a movie. We're gonna chill because we don't do that.
Oh, please.
Okay. So, just in case any of you thought that you were going to escape unscathed, whether you had any ideas about who you were going to date or date out or whatever, just in case you had that on your minds, I just want you to be aware that, just in case you thought that the women were going to lower anything in that regard, it's like, oh no, the delusion is real. Now, the good news is the fella's response about that, but yeah, that tells you a lot there, doesn't it? Economically undesirable, and it's just like, oh no, everything has to be something 50 shades of gray. Everything has to be fantasy life. Everything has to be getting the guy to do something. Now, I'm going to put this in to anybody who thinks that we're being unreasonable. I'm going to put it in its proper context here in just a few moments, okay? Going to put it in its proper context in just a few moments. But first, I want to read from the article so that nobody can say that I'm taking anything out of context. I don't want that to happen. It says, despite the city's, New York's, various public transportation offerings such as subways and buses, women on the scene prefer not to be seen hanging onto a strap in their glad rags en route to a romantic rendezvous. Instead, diva daters are demanding that their would-be Romeos treat them to a car service. If not, consider the outing canceled. And the seemingly uppity ultimatum really is causing an all-out virtual uproar. Quote, one of my rules is if a man doesn't at least offer to send you a car for the date, whether you take it or not, no date, said Savannah Pagnazzi, a Big Apple lifestyle influencer, in a viral vid. No, absolutely no, we don't do that. The brunette explained to her over 471,000 viewers, that she had agreed to go out with a potential Prince Charming she'd randomly met during an enchanted night on the town. Okay, that just sounds sus right there. I mean, Tinder, Bumble, Freak Off. What? Okay, we need details, ma'am, because I don't trust you. Can you feel me? I need details about that night on the town in New York City today. I'm like, hold on a second. Something is missing. Details are missing. But in any case, but when her dream boat refused to call her a chariot ahead of their sweet appointment scheduled on a rainy evening last week, things had a sour note and Pagnazzi ultimately declined the date. Unsurprisingly, her sky-high standards triggered an avalanche of hate. Quote, please stop normalizing this behavior. He's paying for dinner. A good man will not put up with this. A male commenter bashing the singleton for her pick me up policy. Bashing. Women can sit up here and curse men out, and it's not called bashing. But okay. You knew foolery would be in the offing. Smart man, he just saved himself money for dinner and a car service, another critic quipped before wondering aloud, why does any man owe you a car service? Who do you women think men are, ATMs, and should pay for everything all the time? Quote, send you a car, what are you, Princess Diana? You want to talk about delusion? I have to remind you all the time, when I was a kid, they used to have the Calgon Take Me Away commercials. When I was a child, I know it's been years and years and years, y'all, but when I was a kid, there used to be the Calgon Take Me Away commercials. And they come on during the daytime or whatever. If you're at school, home, you're waiting for me, it was Sesame Street or something there to come on. You're waiting for that to go ahead and happen. And man, you'd see these ads come up, and it was just the weirdest, craziest thing. In retrospect, it is. But back then, it was a whole ad campaign, and all the women used to like that. All the women used to love that. That was what it was. Let me go ahead and, matter of fact, let me quit talking about it. Let me go ahead and show you all from the Internet Wayback Machine. What was that, YouTube? Let me go ahead and show y'all here. Okay, here we got one. For those of you who are too young to have seen it or don't remember it, remember the Calgon Take Me Away commercials.
Calgon, take me away!
Indulge yourself in Calgon luxury. Let Calgon soften and pamper you. It's like no other bath experience.
It's paradise.
Calgon, lose yourself in luxury.
Okay. Yeah, that's one. Here's another one.
The traffic.
I can't read
The boss. The baby. The dog. That does it. Calgon, take me away.
Lose your cares in the luxury of a Calgon bath. Calgon softens the water to leave skin feeling silky smooth as it lifts your spirits. The soft, luxurious, fragrant world of Calgon.
I love it.
Pamper yourself with a Calgon bath.
Do you know what? Okay, let me cover a few ironies here. First of all, do you all know that this was, I mean, this, for those of you who are not there, these were major ad campaigns and whatnot. Yeah, some of the millennials and certainly Gen Z. Gen Z is like, whoa, really? I know to them this seems like a comedy skit, but in reality, oh, no. This was the height of, hey, back in the 80s, I mean, you were a kept woman if you had Calgon. You were a kept woman if you had Calgon. Today, these females, I mean, they would snort at Calgon. Today, oh, this wouldn't even register on the radar. She'd be like, where'd you pick this up for me from? Dollar Tree? Damn. So back in the 80s, oh, dude, you were balling if you got her Calgon. You tried that today. It's 50-50. It might work. Then again, it might not. So, yeah, that was what it looked like then. And I'm like, when you this commercial in particular, folks, I mean, if this is not riffing on New York City,
The traffic.
I can't read
The boss.
so that's the other thing. I mean, this dude is just sitting up here yelling like that. It's okay.
The baby. The dog.
Okay. Now, here's my thing. Ma'am, it's your traffic, your boss, your kid, your dog. This is called adulthood. This is called adulthood. She's yelling about her responsibilities. So if you think that you just woke up last week and the media was influencing women that they shouldn't really have to deal with anything, it's, oh, no.
That does it. Calgon, take me away.
Lose your
The working women of the 80s. Oh, I'm sorry. This is from 79. So the working women of the 70s and the 80s. Soon as women got in the workforce, what did the TV commercials say? Let's start talking about being out of it. You're just going to be this and take a look at this bathroom she's in. Take a look at this spa she is in. I mean, this is the life she's living. So you get to pretend that you're killing it in the workforce, and the first thing you're doing is heading for the exits. Oh, she's got her feet up. Yeah, this is the Calgon Take Me Away. This is back in the 70s. So for all you Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok people, all the soft life porn, for those of you who didn't know, this isn't new. They've been selling this. Now you just got chicks who are doing their own advertisements for it, but selling this fantasy life. And by the way, did you notice what's not present? This was back in the 70s now. Did you notice what you don't see? Hey, y'all, did you notice that you don't see a husband? Not here, not here. This woman is able to do, these women are able to do all this themselves. No man required, no man in her life. She's talking about her traffic, her job, her kid, and ain't no man. Back in the 70s. So for many of you, we talking about maybe a decade or two. For my audience, 2 or 3 decades before you were even born. Please don't tell yourself that the women's movement and whatnot was something that happened in the 70s. Oh, no. Way before then, and even as soon as they had it, as soon as it happened, they were like, we're through with this. On to Peg Bundy and the others. We're done with this. So this is what they were selling to you then. So soft life and all that, it don't get any softer than a damn hot tub bubble bath. It doesn't get, look, with the Greek columns.
Nigga, what?
I mean, take a look at this, people. The Greek who filled the tub. Oh, and it's criminal, all those suds in there. That's criminal. But take a look at this. I mean, Greek columns, marble floors, you know, the Scandinavian countryside. Who's the man who's supposed to provide this? These were national advertising campaigns. This wasn't something that just showed up on one market, people. These were, for those of us who were there, you know, you saw this everywhere. This commercial was everywhere for those of us who grew up with them. That's why we all remember it. They don't do the Calgon Take Me Away slogan anymore, but who's the man who's supposed to do this? Because the bottom line is, you can't do this if you demand to get away from the job. So enjoy your bubble bath so you can get back over here and throw these elbows in traffic. I'm so glad that Calgon took you away for a few minutes. Now I need you to get back on this freeway so you can sit up here and throw these hooks and elbows on your way to the office. While they're telling you about soft life, fellas, if you thought it was new to the young folk and millennials and alphas, Gen Alpha, it's not new. What they've done is raise the price. At least the Calgon chicks were just talking about a damn bubble bath. We way beyond expecting bubble baths now. We just got rando chicks who want to be treated like female CEOs. I foresee many cats in your future. A jokester teased. Why are they sitting up here being so derisive of these comments? Why is the New York Post going out of its way to do that? Seek God and therapy. A lady fault finder urged. What's not okay is assuming that a man is automatically supposed to do it. What is he, your chauffeur or your butler? She expects both. Please, ladies, run from this type of content. Entitlement is dangerous, added another. He dodged a bullet. Sounds like you're one of those women that just wanted a free dinner. We already covered about that in the modern era. You go take a look at the price for some extra lean ground beef. It's $20 now. What? So chicks are trying to get it how they live. The contentious send-a-card discourse now joins the growing list of dating woes that have sorely divided men and women in recent years. From warfare spurred over splitting restaurant checks 50-50, we'll come back to that, to cyber skirmishes about guys sending midday confirmation texts hours before a hot date, gender discourse is constantly ablaze. It's an unfortunate state of affairs for singles worldwide, especially those in NYC, which was just named the #1 place where the unattached are most likely to die alone. Damn! Okay. So all my Kevin Samuel heads out there, Jason, you don't ever throw us a bone. Okay, I'm throwing you a bone tonight. For all my Kevin Samuel heads out there, I got a New York Post article throwing you a bone tonight. Still, sirens who insist that their suitors send a private vehicle are not backing down. Okay, you thought you had to marry a chick before she was a nag. This was my #1 rule when I lived in New York City. No ride, no date. A supporter cheered beneath Pagnosi's post. Women across the internet have echoed similar sentiments. Some men won't even offer to get you a car home after a date. Katerina, a city content creator, so folks just posting things, wrote in the caption of a saucy clip, others will add you to their Uber account. Choose wisely, ladies. Yeah. This is really what we're looking at. In case you were wondering how silly things could get, this is really what you're looking at there. Really. Keep that in mind because there's a reason that fuels that kind of thing. There's a specific thing that fuels that. And I actually want to go ahead and show you a little bit of that now before the fellas sit up here and, burst their eardrums with that. I want you to hear exactly where that comes from, because for the men, and this is going to come back to the situation there about Atlanta and whatnot. For the men, there's a reason for it. There's a reason, fellas. And a lot of men are out here fueling that. I'll give you a example of what I mean here. If you direct your eyes to your screen, I posted this earlier today. Next time you wonder why women don't like, and I meant like as in respect, average guys, because it's average guys who will pay random women for pictures of her feet.
What? Damn!
To the men out there, I mean, you can talk and pitch and moan all you want to about how ridiculous some of these women's demands are. When they say stuff like that, you need to see it from her perspective. Fellas, how many dudes are out there? I mean, he thinks as soon as a chick winks at him, he's ready to purchase shoes and Uber, get her flued out. Hello, Abba.
Damn!
I mean, fellas, we got dudes out here, throwing money on sight. Don't know her from a can of paint thinner. If she responds in the DMs, if she responds at the grocery store, if she acknowledges his existence. Fellas, do you understand that OnlyFans is built on that? There are chicks making money enough to pay for their life just by posting pictures of their little stubby toes. With dudes and, oh, goddess, oh, you're so beautiful. Nigga, it's a pinky toe.
Nigga, what?
Chicks got whole careers. We covered this. To the men who are like, yeah, these chicks are crazy. Wait a minute. Are you sure? Because she's got stories of a guy who did that on site. Didn't have to know her for 6 months. He's coming in the door because he's so damn desperate to get any response. He's like a salesman who strikes out everywhere he goes. He's so desperate to get any response that he can that he's coming. He just runs up to, all right, Heifer, what you want me to buy? You want some shoes? You want a dress? You want a vacation? They're just coming in the door. So for a lot of you fellas, you're like, this is ridiculous. This is unreasonable. Do you understand how many guys there are out? I'm not even going to do a poll here or even ask the women, because there'll be some chicks who ain't getting no play. They'll say it's them, but okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Ladies, how many of you have had a guy you did not know, he walked up to you and was offering to buy you things or fly you out the very first conversation you all had? That was how he introduced himself. If that's you, give me the high heel emoji in the chat room. Ladies, if you have had a random stranger, his pickup line for you was to offer to purchase you shoes, a dress, to fly you out. That's a total stranger. Give me the high heel emoji in the chat room. Don't ever say I didn't ask for your opinion on it. Don't say I never asked you to sign off on it. You just ask the fellas these things. Y'all never let the women speak. Okay, you can go ahead and speak. But for the fellas, I want you to understand that's how women live. To the guys in New York City, that's how the women live. So no wonder you thought it was just if she met some NBA player or something. Man, women the simps out here are desperate as hell. So this stuff that you talking about, why do you think she thinks to herself, what you won't do, the next man will? Why do you think that she really believes that what you won't do, The next man will, because she's already been approached by at least 2 or 3 guys that their pickup line was, want some shoes, want a dress, want some jewelry, want to go on vacation. I won't say nothing about these damn pension pimps.
Nigga, what? Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Man, these pension pimps are the worst. A pension pimp ain't nothing but a trick. He's too old to get anything, so he doesn't care if the chick is running up with her 4 kids in tow. This nigga is like Publishers Clearinghouse. He's just running up offering things. That's his pickup line. Need a new life? Need some kids? Need a place to stay? These are fellas who, that's all they got left is a wallet. So everything they approach is just here the bag, here the money. Need something? Fellas, this is what women are experiencing, being exposed to. So when that guy is desperate as hell to get a response of any kind. So when you show up talking about, yeah, we don't do that over here, she's looking at you all crazy. Please understand, women don't talk like this because they don't get those responses. They're talking like that because they do. They're talking like that because they do get that response. They look for a fella's like, okay, your ass is old out the game. He's got no competitiveness in him. And these dudes walk up often. Hey, he just met her. Want to go out? He doesn't even ask about where would you like to go? Fellas, if you want to know why you get all this silly sky talk, all it takes is one pension pimp or one salary simp who is willing to liquidate his 401k or whatever simply so he can get a toe in the door. It just takes one guy to convince an average female, I mean a strong 6 or even a 4, that she has been undervaluing herself all this time. That in reality, she deserved a lot more than you were offering, and that all she really needed to do was know her worth, and that if she had done that with you, then you would have gotten some act right. And so her conclusion is that, oh, well, I let you off too easy. From here on in, I'm laying belt to ass on everybody. That's what's happening, fellas. Yeah, you're like, oh, baby, yeah, we don't do that. But what you haven't considered is the last couple of guys who were so desperate that this chick that you like, you all right, act like you got some sense. And she's like, oh, where's my car? Where are my shoes? You haven't offered to buy me anything. It's like, whoa, I just met you. And by the way, that does tell you a couple of things here. Remember this sentence. She explained that she agreed to go out with a potential Prince Charming that she'd randomly met, did I call it or did I call it, during an enchanted night on the town. Was it just the two of you? Because this sounds like previous to this video. Complete with drinks and dancing. Who paid for it? Did you get that? When women talk about getting drinks, they're talking about the guys paying for it. So, when her dreamboat refused to call her a chariot ahead of their sweet appointment scheduled on a rainy evening last week, things at a sour note. So, yeah, if coming in the door, fellas are just, hey, free drinks, free shoes, free dresses. Please consider that for a few moments, guys. Do you trust these so-called average dudes out here Go to your local hardware store, go to your local fast food restaurant, go to your local call center, go to your local car dealership. Do you trust those guys there? The fellows who work at Target, the fellows who work at Home Depot, the fellows who work at the bank. You trust those fellas that when they finally get a female alone and it's just him and her, do you trust him to hold frame and not start going nuts and start trying to outbid everybody? Do y'all trust the average guy not to do that? You know, the average married fella who has a OnlyFans account? What? You know that guy? Mr. Happily Married with the OnlyFans account. I'm talking about him. So what I'm saying is that when they met, she was already getting free stuff. What do you think this is conditioning her to think? So she doesn't think that if you follow up that you're going to do equal. She thinks if you follow up, you're going to do even more than you did the last time. And it sends this, when guys do this, and there's even in New York City, hey, New York, you got to get it how you live. Do you know how many simps there are in New York? Can't really afford it, but he's been in a drought for 6 months or a year. Let me explain a few things to folks who don't understand how this works. I've been to New York City many times. I used to go to New York when the toll for the Holland Tunnel was like $11. Damn! When I did my first documentary film, I want to say the toll was $13. When I did my first documentary film. I can't even tell you what the toll is anymore because they took away all the people and it's just, you just drive through, and if you have an easy pass, it bills you. And if you don't, they just mail you out a bill. But the last time I saw a sign, it was like $21. My folks who live in New York would have to tell me what the tolls are for, you know, George Washington, Lincoln Tunnel, and Holland Tunnel, whether or not that's changed. The last time I saw a sign with a number, it was $21, which means 25 inbound. You see $21, that means eventually we're going to get to 25 if we're not there already. So just keep that in mind. So my New Yorkers out there can go ahead and let me know if the damn thing has jumped since then. But the last time I saw a sign, it was $21. This is important. This is important because getting around New York is impossible without tolls. I mean, if you're going to go from one borough to another and getting into Manhattan, there's only a couple of ways to get into Manhattan without a toll, and it's not really the ones you really be using. So let's just say it like this. Let's say that you are a guy who lives in Brooklyn. You met a chick who lives in Queens. I'm being too nice about that. Okay. You're a guy who lives in Manhattan. You met a chick who lives in Queens. And you want to go to Juliana's. And everybody should go there, as a matter of fact. Okay. In the chat room, folks talking about the tolls like $22 and $23 now. Damn! So 25 inbound. $25 inbound for us out of towners, y'all. It is financial sexual assault. Think about me as an out of towner coming all the way up the New Jersey Turnpike. I go all the way up the New Jersey Turnpike. That's already $21 right there. And then have to go through one of the tunnels. So think about it for me whenever I come to Manhattan. all the way up and come up through D.C., through Baltimore, hit that New Jersey Turnpike, and then actually, you're coming up through D.C., you pay the toll in Baltimore, Delaware, so on and so forth. Then you hit that New Jersey Turnpike, and then you hit Manhattan. It's live by the toll, die by the toll. So you all get off easy. Imagine me as an out-of-towner every time I come up there, straight up 95. So it's treacherous. Then you wonder why we quick to leave. Let me get the hell on about here. So, as if you're a man who lives in Manhattan and you meet a chick who lives in Queens and you want to go to Juliana's there in Brooklyn, which everybody should do, by the way, highly recommend it. Do you realize how much that will cost for you to get an Uber? I mean, forget a, quote, car service. Like, Heifer, I don't know you like that. They're talking about car service. Okay, do you understand how much it costs to take an Uber from Queens to Brooklyn? Do you understand how much that costs? Do you know how much it costs to take an Uber from Brooklyn to Harlem? Let's say you're going to go to Sylvia's or something. You know how much it costs to take an Uber from Manhattan to Brooklyn? A chick you just met. You haven't paid for dinner yet. You haven't paid for anything. Do you understand how much that's going to cost you? Crossing boroughs, and she's talking about, but it's raining. So you should be offering me a car for a female you just met. I think the Uber app, for those of you who have the Uber app, I think it'll actually let you map that out so you can see what it is. So I think the Uber app does that. So for those of you who are curious, you might want to take a look at the Uber app and check it and see, and just choose some of the nice restaurants in New York. There's a never-ending number of them. If you have to cross a bridge or go from one borough to another for a chick you just met, she wants to go eat at a restaurant in Times Square. Think about that for a few moments. I met this nice chick. We're going to go meet at Times Square. We're going to go eat at Hudson Yards, whatever. Think about that for a few moments. You just met her and you're already going to be paying $30, $40 before she's even made it to the restaurant. This is money you're on the hook for, whether she makes it to the restaurant or not. Whether she gets there and just says, I don't like this place, and then turns around and leaves. I mean, that's entitlement. Now, for those of you, for the ladies out there sitting up here, y'all notice the women got real quiet when I started saying all this. The women got real quiet. The fellas are in the chat room talking. The women were talking right up until I said this. Then the women got real quiet. Did you all know that? Okay, I just wanted to bring that to you all's attention, and notice the women got real quiet all of a sudden. We see you, ladies. Damn! We see you. In any case, I want to ask a question to anybody in here who thinks that that's unreasonable. Do you think that this chick right here, Miss Pagnazzi, do you think that she would have said this if the guy that she had been out with was Chris Hemsworth? What? Tom Hardy? Damn! Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise? Damn! I can keep going. I think y'all get the point. Do you think that she ever would have said that if it was one of those dudes that she had a date with? Do you think that she would have said anything to complicate that situation 1 centimeter? You think that she would have sat up here and said, well, Chris, aren't you going to send me a call? Do you think she would have ever said this? No, I mean, she would be paying for it. She wouldn't have said a word. It would have been a non-issue. Okay, here's the problem. Heifer Chris Hemsworth is very much taken. In the chat room, Objective News Agency, tax. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
And deal with it.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, for the quote, average guy, they make demands that they would never think to make. Fellas, do y'all understand something? Women are still lined up at Usher's concert. They don't care about herpes. I mean, they like, I'll catch this nigga in between outbreaks.
Oh my God. Intervention!
So let me get this straight. Usher is legit. You'll catch him in between outbreaks. And you can't have him. The average dude that you actually could have, and you start taxing him. I need a car. I need this rest. I can't be seen without that. I have to have this. I mean, the list gets higher and higher. So just like Chris Brown is a multimillionaire. These chicks pay $1,100 just to take a picture with him. That's after they paid for their concert tickets. So that's how they treat the guy who's never going to be with them. The fellas who actually could be with them, she's like, here's your bill. Here is your bill. You thought life in New York City was already rough? Oh, it's about to get rougher. It's about to get rougher. Because here's the brutal reality. The evil truth of it is you can say no. Most men are going to say no. The guy that she talked to said no. What she's like is, okay, but I'm holding out for a better deal. Do you get that? Please understand, fellas, that's the mindset. They're holding out for a better deal. So when you talk about you're not going to pay her rent, do you understand all the simps and pay pigs out here? If a female is talking to 5 or 6 dudes, there's going to be at least, if she's talking to 5 or 6 simps, there's going to be at least 2 of them in that group who going to be willing to break bread on her rent at least once. There's 12 months in a year. If she juggles 5 or 6, and that's nothing for a female to do. Orbiters are literally everywhere. If she juggles 5 or 6 simps a year, yeah, she can get her rent paid at least a couple of times this year. Hit you with the hardship story, hit you with the damn rough time story, and yeah, if she's juggling 5 or 6 simps, and which females aren't, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and do that. So I want the fellas to see exactly what it is that's causing that to occur. Just understand what's causing that to occur. Your experience is just one among many. It's one among many. What's happening here is that these folks are making it known. These folks are making it known what they're doing. So fellas, they're not lowering the price. They figure we can go ahead and get that. They figure they can go ahead and get that. That's why they're clamming. I mean, they're clamping down and saying we're gonna gorilla pimp the dudes. She needs to do the work of 5 men. Okay, if she gotta do the work of 5 men, that's gonna be an issue. She's not looking to do that. She's not looking to do that. That's where we at with it. So I understand it is maddening. I understand that it is ridiculous. I get that. I just want you to understand that there are fellas out there saying yes. Not a lot of them, but she's like, I'm going to hold out for the jackpot. She's carrying anger and resentment. We're just going to hold out for the jackpot. The rent ain't getting no lower. The car notes are out of this damn world. So let me see if I can shift this over. Let me see if we can shift that over. At the risk of being offensive, there's another one I'd like to show here. It may upset some folks here, but I think it's necessary. I think it's a good one. I think it's actually a good one. Tasha K posted a clip with somebody named Diamond the Body. I mean, just Diamond the Body. Okay, there. Somebody's going to have to validate these bodies here, but okay. All right, just who's setting the standards? I thought it was interesting, though. I thought it was an interesting thing, especially about what she said. And believe it or not, I might not take the stance you might think I would.
And for you high value men that think that it's high value to work for the city, let me tell you something. You're absolutely wrong, all right? No police officers, no firefighters, no construction workers, no mailmen, no post office. If you consider that a high value man, you're absolutely wrong, okay? There's nothing high value about making $70,000 a year. You men that think working for the city is high value, it's actually not, okay? It's pathetic. It's sad, all right? I don't want my husband coming home smelling like trash. Yes, we do need people to take the trash out, but don't come to me thinking that that's a high value job. Absolutely not, okay? You guys need to go get some real careers, okay? Become an entrepreneur or something, all right? Own a Lamborghini or something. Like, you guys thinking that you driving around here in a fucking Toyota and thinking that you're a high value man because you work for the fucking post office. You're absolutely wrong.
You came for everyday, regular, smegular, hardworking man.
I did.
You told them niggas they're not a high value man if they work at Wendy's, Arby's, the post office. You got a lot of backlash for that video.
Oh my gosh, it was so crazy.
What made you make that video?
A lot of people, they get on these podcasts and they down talk women. So I'm like, okay, well, y'all have so much standards. Well, let me say my standards. I'm so tired of everybody, oh, black women this, black women that. Oh, we got attitude, we got this. Oh, we don't want no woman that do this. Okay, well, I don't want no man that work at motherfucking Burger King. I don't want no man that work at the post office. I don't want no man.
Well, the post office got good benefits, though.
They got great benefits, but it's not beneficial enough for me, a high value woman.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Remember, a high value woman with hair you can purchase, eyelashes you can purchase, a great big old Run DMC chain. What? Veneers. I mean, she bought the hair, bought the lashes, bought the teeth. I mean, she needs to be the only body. Where's the body? The body is gone. No disrespect, but I'm like, okay, the body. Where's the body? That's the part I'm trying to figure out here. I'm like, okay, all I see is a bunch of accessories you can purchase at Big Lots. So she wants to let you all know that that's what it is. However, now that I've said that, I do got to say she kind of does have a point, actually.
Absolutely wrong. Hey, there's nothing high value about making $70,000 a year. You men that think working for the city is high value, it's actually not, okay? It's pathetic. It's sad, all right? I don't want my husband coming home smelling like trash.
Who's your husband? Who's the man who has committed to this? We'll wait. We got time. We'll wait. Fantasy Island much? Okay. So she's here to school you all about her imaginary husband. I'm like, who's the guy who's lined up to take this? We'll wait. She might have a point, but it's just like, ma'am, you're just kind of laying it on thick.
Yes, we do need people to take the trash out, but don't come to me thinking that that's a high value job. Absolutely not. Okay. You guys need to go get some real careers. Okay. Become an entrepreneur or something. All right. Own a Lamborghini or something. Like, you guys thinking that you driving around here in a fucking Toyota and thinking that you're a high value man because you work for the fucking post office. You're absolutely wrong.
You can't.
Okay. Well, first of all, Diamond the dunce, Diamond the body, whatever it is. Diamond got bodied. What we have here is a failure to communicate and basic comprehension issues, which, by the way, is kind of at an epidemic level right now. I'll be with that in a minute. Kind of at an epidemic proportion right now. We'll be with that here in just a moment. First of all, she never defines what high value is because she doesn't know. Let's be clear. Diamond the GED doesn't actually know. She says become an entrepreneur or something. An entrepreneur is not a something. You haven't said anything. That's not a something. Buy a Lamborghini. So I need you all to understand this is hoe logic. Not hoe math. This is hoe logic. Hoe logic is you get things simply for flapping your gums. Hoe logic is if you wish to have a Lamborghini, you should get one because, well, you thought about having a Lamborghini, so you manifest. Not a word about earning one. Take a look at those damn Ku Klux Klan nails. What? This is something out of Creep Show. But in any case, so you got to understand that this is hoe logic. That you just wish things into existence. Get a Lamborghini or something. Or something. She couldn't even tell you what a Lamborghini costs. She couldn't even name them. She couldn't name the trim levels. Get a Lamborghini or something. What is high value? She doesn't know what it is. Furthermore, let's keep this very clear as well. By the way, folks are starting to realize that the more high value somebody is, the more invisible they want it to be. So once you start going high profile, that's not really where it is anymore. But hoe logic has not caught up to reality. She does have a couple of things correct, though. What she's naming, and this tells you about her experiences. What happened is she got put in her damn place by one of them pension pimps at the post office.
Become an entrepreneur or something, all right? Own a Lamborghini or something. Like, you guys thinking that you driving around here in a fucking Toyota and thinking that you're a high value man because you work for the fucking post office.
How many of you would like to wager that somebody at the post office has laid on top of Diamond the mailbox?
Damn! What? Damn!
How many of you would like to wager that some fellow who works at the post office has paid a visit to Diamond the mailbox? You think you high value. Okay, well, maybe he doesn't think he is. Maybe you do. Remember, ladies, your value is going to be determined by who's bidding. The value is determined by who's bidding. And when she starts naming Lamborghinis, well, she's correct about that. I mean, certainly that has to be the case. And there are a bunch of guys out here complaining for a tier that they don't qualify for. Well, I agree with her in that regard. Now, that she is definitely right about. She is right about that. I don't think that she's really qualified to speak on it, but she wants to tell you about what high value isn't. She says she's a high value woman. Ma'am, high value women have their own hair, their eyelashes. High value women don't have to purchase hair, purchase eyelashes, purchase breasts, purchase nails. High value women get their nails done, not their nails glued on.
Deal with it, nigga.
You're high value maybe at the drive-thru at Popeyes. High value women don't have to do any of this Sideshow Bob Ronald McDonald makeup routine you got. High value women don't have to do that. So you might be high value for the housing project you were raised in. You had some points, but the problem is you don't really have context. So as far as internet trolling, you certainly succeeded at that. However, the opportunity for you to actually make a real point, you squandered that because you're not really capable of it. You're the wrong person for it because you're not the type of female that men work for, except the guys who work at the post office. You know, a former veteran who cashed in his GI benefits to go from the Army to the post office. You qualify for him. That guy will take you with all of this tacky yacky and you relaying to him your stories of the arguments you got into with the Asians down there at the fake hair store. Yeah, the guy who works sanitation in New York City, he'll be perfectly glad to have you with the plastic hair. Absolutely. A man who is an entrepreneur and has to meet bankers and lawyers and CPAs, he's not going to have this reject from a 2 Live Crew video as his representative. So you're going to be dealing with little dope boys and little club promoters and calling that high value. All right, let me go ahead and blow the lid on some of this right quick. This kind of talk only works with folk who don't know any better. It really only works on folks who don't know any better. Bad information is out here. Bad information multiplies like the cancer that it is. They start naming things and saying things. And what I'm saying is that we could really use some real conversation that would actually, with some facts attached to it, not just a bunch of damn venting. That's not what we need. Having some real facts would work. Having some real knowledge would work. Well, I guess, first of all, you have to get that. Well, Jason, how do you know? Jason, how do you know what it is? Okay, I'm not making it up here. Say hello to Diamond the Body's Instagram page. So she's got her Jamaican flag, whether or not she actually has any Jamaican heritage at all. If she does, it's par for the course. Not a good look. Crazy fake hair all over the place. I'm not going to play too much here because we don't want to start an issue. Focus brunch and day party this Sunday at the Focus Social Club. Okay. This is diamond the chest tattoos and fake hair. Alrighty here. So folks, she is where all the high value men will be showing up here. Is where they'll be. All the high value men will be there. I suppose right after they leave here. Okay. Day in the life with DTB. I like to fight. Watch her day, feel the energy, then turn up. I like to fight. 485 likes. Yeah, nothing says high value woman like this. This is the chick who was just lecturing you. I just wanted to keep that in mind. This is the chick who was just lecturing you. Okay, folks, join her on Kick. All of this looks suspiciously familiar. I'll just keep quiet for now. That all looked suspiciously familiar. She wants to let you know that she likes to fight. You need a Lamborghini to talk to her. Get a Lamborghini or something. No, right now what it requires is a Jeep Grand Wagoneer, but get a Lamborghini or something. Okay. Classy act, by the way. Classy act. Okay, former fatty. If that's supposed to be, I don't know, is that supposed to be her or somebody else? All right. Okay. I think she's having a contestant. This all looks great. Okay. High value women. Okay, these are the associates. I'm not doing this to be excessive. I'm just doing this to say that, by the way, fellas, she would like to lecture you about what a high value man should be, because this is a high value woman. This cartoon plantation minstrel show is a high value woman. Let her tell it. Like I said, she started off with some good points. Yeah, she was right about some of the things that she said. Some of the things she said were correct. The rest of it wasn't. And then I wanted you to see exactly why it wasn't. August 9th, super wet. Baddies gone wild. Okay. Alrighty here. Makes perfect sense to me. Doors open at 3 p.m. and close at 7. What? Am I the only one who got that? Doors open at 3 and close at 7. I'm doing this to be fair, so nobody can sit up here and say that I'm not being fair. Well, all right. Well, the Super Wet 9 party is going to close at 7. So, yeah. All right. Randolph, Massachusetts, she'll be there where all the high-value people are going to be. I wonder how many of the females there will actually look like these AI pictures. I wonder how many actually will. I just brought that up to say that, by the way, she certainly did have a lot of complaints. She certainly did have a lot of thoughts. She certainly had a lot of observations and critiques. She could have left it there. She should have left it there. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because Miss Diamond, which is probably the only time in your life you'll ever be called Miss, so enjoy it while it lasts. If you wanted to make a point, it would have been a whole lot better for you to simply make your point and leave it at that. Of course, you would have needed to have some knowledge and some facts to be able to substantiate that. Then we go ahead and we take a look at exactly what your idea of being an entrepreneur is. Who the hell is, what man is sitting up fantasizing, boy, this is what I'm looking. What guy is going to go to Harvard, go to Silicon Valley? What fella is going to go get his law degree? Who in the hell is going to put in a decade of work? And this is going to be his representative. When you do that, whatever you did have to say, even if it's valid, it falls on deaf ears. So I think I've tried to be fair tonight to cover this 720 degrees to make it clear. It's like, you might have some good points there. What she's really saying is that she's got a lot of bills and she has a lot of need. Okay, let's just say it like it is. You know, it's I'm not worried about that. I'm really not. These chicks got a lot of bills. They have a lot to pay for. They rack up a bunch of costs. They spend money every time they get it. They tell themselves that there's going to be some scummy dope boy who's going to be willing to pay for stuff for the rest of her life. They're going to tell themselves that, and they're going to go hanging out in clubs with all the rest of the chicks. They're going to go do that. They're going to talk silly. They're going to screw off their 20s, probably their 30s, get a few bastard kids in there, you know, say a bunch of loopy, goofy stuff. And then they're going to, that fellow who works at the post office, baby, that's who you gonna be with.
And deal with it, nigga.
You shouldn't talk bad about those fellows who work for the city, those fellows who work for the post office, those fellows who work for the government. You need to be nice to them, ma'am. You need to be nice. You need to be polite, because that's where you're going to end up. Eventually, you're going to be with one of them. Like all these ex-porn chicks. All these ex-porn chicks. All these ex-video vixens and all that garbage we used to give labels back in the day. That's where you're going to be. I'm not saying that to be mean, because it's not mean. It's just math. You better be nice to those fellas. You gonna need them benefits, because I promise you, you're not doing anything to secure any benefits on your own now. So you better be nice to them guys with them benefits, because when you finally get left on the roadside for pickup by all the dudes at the club when their run finally runs out, you're gonna be scrambling for one of them fellas, and you're gonna want him to have it now, because pension pimps incoming. Pension pimps incoming. It's going to be that. Especially with things getting more expensive as it is. So I mean, if you're having to go around and do summer parties and stuff like that, it's like, okay, we get it. Here's the real problem. The real problem here, let me explain to folks here. Here's the real problem. Here is the real insult of these women. Here's the real insult of these women. The real insult is that they are badgering and begging and bugging and nagging men for a lifestyle that they can't even afford.
And deal with it, nigga.
They are badgering and bludgeoning and nagging the hell out of men for a life that they can't afford, a life they can't give themselves. She doesn't have a Lamborghini. She damn sure can't afford one. If she ever tried to get one from Copart, the damn thing is going to get repossessed within 1 calendar year. She's not going anywhere. They're badgering men for a lifestyle that they can't afford themselves. which is why they're complaining about the men. Baby, if you had a high value man or got one, that would be it. That would be it. That'd be the end of that. They wouldn't be sitting up here talking about what they wish they had or anything like that. They wouldn't be doing that. So what they're complaining about is they need a man who's going to work his ass off and then commit so that she can have that bailout. They're looking for a man who's going to do that. Can she spell Lamborghini? I'm sure she could. Lambergeenee. What?
Damn! Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell.
I'm sure she could spell it with all those E's in there. She spells Lamborghini with an E. But in any case, the real shame of all of this is that, yeah, the pressure is on, man. The heat's on. It doesn't matter where you are. And most females are not skilled. Most females have not been to school. If they have, they're not ready for it, because when you come out, baby, they ain't going to be nothing but humping and working. That's going to be it. You are going to be busting your hump every damn day. That's what it's going to be. Talking about a damn Lamborghini. Forget a Lamborghini. Marcellus Wiley's wife is driving a Tesla Model X.
Damn!
With zero in the bank account. Zero in the bank account. And driving a Tesla Model X. The females they're demanding that men have something that they themselves don't have and ain't on the way to. These are chicks that you could get her attention with, I'm talking about low grade weed. It don't even take great weed. Some drinks, some weed, and that's it. She talking about Lamborghinis. The fellas who actually know her at these clubs are like, man, they probably got 10, 12 homeboys, was able to lay up and didn't have to do any of that. Glad she can spell body. You think she can spell Lamborghini? This is her trying to spell body. So, yeah. All right. When you live in a day and age where it takes 5 minimum wage workers to afford one apartment in Atlanta, this is what you're up against. It takes 5 of you to do the work of one working class or middle class man. 5. That's the reason I brought you all here tonight. That's what I wanted to explain to you. Do you understand what this headline really means? Do you understand what it's really saying? What it's saying is that if you want to have an apartment in Atlanta today, it takes the strength of 5 men. Not just Atlanta now, because a bunch of folks from Atlanta fled to Nashville when they heard things were blowing up there. Now you simply have the overcrowded, overpriced conditions in Davidson County that you were hoping to escape in Fulton County.
Damn!
Oh, I'm bringing it down to street level. Yeah, you left Fulton County, thought you were doing something slick, moving to Davidson County. Now you realize that you've simply jumped out of the frying pan into the boiling pot because you've got the same conditions in Davidson County that you thought you were escaping in Fulton County. Now I have to remind you all again, remember that cities, and for that part governments, are corporations. And by that, what I mean is business entities. So not incorporated. Incorporated simply means to bring into the real world. But they are businesses. They're trying to make as much money as they can. Money is taxes. The more people you have, the more tax revenue you have. So cities are not trying to figure out how to have as few people as they can. They want to have as many people as they can. The more you make, the more you get. The more you get, the more you make. Keep the wheel rolling. So now that Nashville's ship has come in, they have no plans on reducing it. Have you all checked to see some of the development that is planned and underway in Dallas, that is planned and underway in Atlanta, that is planned and underway in Austin, that is planned and underway in Charlotte, Salt Lake City? Have you all seen some of the developments that they have that are planned and underway in these cities now that they've had these population booms and these economic booms? Man, they ain't backing off the development. They're putting their foot to the gas. They're putting their foot to the gas. Beltways, and everybody wants to do their impersonation of Hudson Yards and developments and river walks and boutique shopping centers. Everybody's doing that now. Now that the population has risen and the tax money is there. And like, oh, cool, let's go ahead and start dicing this up. Nobody is trying to figure out how to build low rent housing. Everybody's trying to figure out how to make luxury housing and how to create billion-dollar shopping centers and billion-dollar developments. So those things that you like about being there, yeah, everybody's trying to figure out how they can raise the price, not lower it. So you think it's been high before? Everyone is on their way to replicate Los Angeles and New York City. The most expensive place in America, or the highest income place in America per capita, is Jackson Hole, Wyoming. What? A place that most folk never heard of, but it's got more billionaires per capita for a number of different reasons. Okay, the locals are priced out. Places you never heard of. In the Midwest and other folks in places you never heard of. The flyover states. You talk about Salt Lake City, Utah. Why do you think the Mormons went to Utah? Because it was the wilderness. Guess what? That wilderness is one of the most expensive places in America now. The wilderness. Shouldn't surprise you. Hello, Las Vegas, Nevada. Nevada. So you think you can escape that? That's why they're applying the pressure to the men, because the women are like, hey, if I can't make $100 shaking my booty meat, I'm not trying to do any more labor or work than that. That's the extent of it. These women are not trying to figure out how to work 80 hours a week. No, if she can't get some desperate simps to just throw money because she's standing there, her only life skill is sitting there running her gums. She doesn't build anything. See, men have to build things. Let me go ahead and explain this right quick. Men have to build things. That's why they talk this crap. Men don't get a Lamborghini standing on a stage and looking stupid. Men have to actually do something. When you go to social media, to Instagram, men have to do something. Men have to build something. Men have to make something. Men have to organize something. Women expect to get a Porsche just sitting around looking crazy. Like overgrown toddlers. I mean, like a bunch of great, big, huge kindergartners. They're expecting to get 6 and 7 figures just standing there, adding no value. You didn't build anything. You didn't construct anything. You didn't manufacture anything. You didn't make anything. Men have to actually make something to get 1 million followers on Instagram, to get 1 million followers on TikTok. Men have to make something, or at least pretend they're making something. They have to build something, or at least pretend that they built something. Females have the idea that, well, can't you just wish for a Lamborghini, zimzalabim? No, ma'am. Men have to actually make something. We have to actually build something. We don't get 1 million followers unless we're productive. No, a new concept for you. We have to actually build something. We can't just sit around and squeal and do the mammy routine. And We don't get to do that. We don't get to do this. Looking like Andre 4000. What? We don't get to do any of this. We have to actually be productive and make something. A man has to actually really do something of real value, which is why you're nagging on the men, because you understand that's where your money comes from. Is somebody got to go make some money. Somebody has to make some money. Somebody has to produce. Somebody has to build something. Somebody's got to do something. So you can come and sit up here and beg them for theirs. Men have to actually be productive. Especially if you're talking about Lamborghinis and stuff like that. Okay. And could you all imagine her trying to drive one? That would just be farcical. Does she even know which pedal to press with that hoof? I don't know. But in any case, no, she's looking for somebody else to take care of that. Okay, but let's just be honest about it. Most females are. That's why this is happening. And by the way, one more thing, whether you want to tell yourself it was just the black women or whatever, no, it's black, white, otherwise. Everybody's trying to do that. However, you might disagree. Therefore, the link to the Zoom is pinned in the chat room. The link to the Zoom is pinned to the chat room there, so you are more than welcome to go ahead and give us a call. You're more than welcome to go ahead and give us a call for that. By all means, you can go ahead and do that. Especially if you've been instructed to do so, you have every opportunity to go ahead and do that. Let's have a reality check here. Let's have a reality check. For all my white listeners, out there, I know it's tough. It's tough for y'all to, it's tough for you to avoid your inner Nick Fuentes lately with some of the stuff y'all are seeing. With some of the stuff y'all are seeing now, I know it's tough to avoid your inner Nick Fuentes. I get it. Because here's the part they didn't talk about. Here's the part that they did not talk about here with Miss Pagnazzi. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. That really is. 417,000 viewers. All right, I'll take your word for it. I'll have to take your word for it. Miss Diamond the Body. Great spelling. She has 1.9 million followers on Instagram, and she's got a lineup at the club with all the other ex-video vixens. So congratulations, you winning. This is Miss Pagnazzi's Instagram. 29,000 followers. What? Damn! I just wanted to go ahead and show you, by the way, we did our homework. 29,000 followers. 29,000 followers, and she wants to know where is her car. She wants to know where that's at. Okay. I'm just letting you know she wants you to understand that you's the messed up one here, because, yeah. Where's her car? Want to go down here just a little bit and show you something, because, ma'am, a man who is a natural provider. Okay. First of all, how many people have been to this overlook here in New York City? How many folk have been there? Oh, this is like an old hoe in town. Everybody been there. So in any case, a man who is a natural provider, me. Okay. She expects him to be the window, or? All right. I'm trying to understand it. A man who only has eyes for me and me. A man who loves to take me shopping. Not a man who loves to take himself shopping. A man who loves to take her shopping. This is really, some hateful, disrespectful stuff here. When you think about it, it's really kind of hateful and disrespectful. It really is. That's an issue. Okay. All right, folks here. It's a Friday night, so you all are going to have to, once again, we have to be a little lenient with my mods. Talk about out-of-line females. B1 Speech has been hitting the pipe tonight and drinking.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Do you know what that does to you?
I've told her about hitting the pipe before she signs on to moderate, and just tonight she couldn't help herself. The pipe was calling her like Pookie from New Jack City. So I've been trying to host my program, though it's been rather challenging having the police B1 Speech tonight. So I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to host the program, but it's like an old alcoholic auntie, you know. It's just I'm doing my part. And now take a look in the chat room, and she's just doing some of everything. So, yeah, I'm trying to keep in line, but she's just doing some of everything. So, yeah. Reading is fundamental. So, we're going to see if we can get her checked in rehab. See if we can try to get that straightened out. Because it just goes on and on. So, yeah, I got to sit here and I can't just host my program. I have to also check in the chat room just to make sure she's not. It's like having an old crazy dude from the homeless shelter, and he just walking around yelling at the walls and stuff. And it's okay, but police got to keep an eye on him just in case he tries to assault somebody walking down the sidewalk. He's usually harmless. Yeah, but he might see somebody and try to snatch their purse. Not to run off with it, just snatch it to be like, this look better on me. So, please understand what my life is degenerated into on my own channel here. So, it's Jason, your mod's out of control. Nigga, I know. Nigga, I know. Oh, my goodness. I just want to host my program and keep the riffraff out. And y'all see how hard it is for me, so. Oh, I'm going to need a moderator pimp.
Nigga, what?
Yeah. I'm going to have to see if I can get a fella in here to be a mod pimp, you know, just see if he can keep the chicks in line, see if we can do that. So, I don't know. I might have a new position for a mod pimp. So he can be policing it while I'm hosting the program. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, Miss Pagnozzi wants you to know that she's looking for a man who loves to take her shopping. Now, if a guy needs to drive a Lamborghini, what in the hell is he going to be doing trying to take you shopping? I mean, what the hell? So you basically judge a man based on what he provides and not his heart. Folks, I got to tell y'all, this term provider has been so bastardized and raped and has been so corrupted and contaminated. I mean, we're not even using the same term anymore. These women are not talking about wanting a provider. They want somebody to provide them, to just give away things. So they're not looking for a provider as much as they're looking for a shopping spree. A provider gives you essentials. Your grandmama married a man for essentials. That's why your grandmama worked. and sat right there with your granddaddy and she was happy. Your grandmama worked. Your mama worked. We have the most coddled, pampered, infantilized generation of women in the history of man talking about what they want to get for nothing. I mean, I want to have shopping sprees. Your grandmama never talked about no damn shopping spree. They're talking about traditional men. They want the men to be traditional and the women to be aliens. Your grandmama didn't want a shopping spree. Neither did your mom. Your grandmama didn't go to Dubai. Your grandmama didn't go to Cancun. What have you done that makes you more worthy of that than her? Fellas, y'all just need to ask that one question. What have you done that makes you more worthy of that than your mother and your grandmother were? Your mother and your grandmother didn't take trips to Cancun, Cozumel, Cape Verde, Dubai, Chanel bags, Gucci bags. Those have been around for a century. Your grandmama and your mama didn't have that. What makes you more worthy of it than your mama and your grandmother were? Or are, forget were. Why is it that they didn't deserve that, but you, what have you done that you do? Fellas, all you gotta do is repeat that sentence and then just wait for the stupidity to happen. What does he get in return? Used goods. Okay. A man who loves making my life easier. This doesn't sound like an adult woman. This sounds like an overgrown, lazy, perverted daughter who's looking for a man to be her daddy complex. Grown women looking for men to infantilize them and then calling that providing. A man who funds my dream life. A man who tells me I'm expensive but worth it. Not a word about what she does for him to be worth that. Why isn't she prioritizing explaining that? A calm man who lets me be crazy. Folks, all these females and folks on their SRIs and all this nonsense. What in the hell? This is what the hell we're dealing with out here. Please. No, don't worry about a calm man who lets me be crazy. You got folks out here off their damn meds, going straight to the internet, just posting whatever. She would have been in a rubber room 40 years ago. She would have been in a rubber room. A man who plans for the future. How can he plan for the future when he has crazy women laying in bed next to him? She wants a guy who's already built enough that he can fund her dream life, but he plans for the future? This is schizophrenia. A man who fully welcomes me into his life. A man with clear intentions. A man who always has my back. Baby, you got daddy issues. Is dad answering the phone? If he is, he needs to stop. Damn! Yeah, makes perfect sense. She's happy the New York Post talked about her. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Sav and the city. Okay. Line up, fellas. Line up, fellas. Okay. Yes, laugh and the world laughs with you. Be stupid and you dine alone. Just wanted you all to know, okay, she wants to show you what you'll be getting. Me on a random Tuesday because I chose daddy's money, not dad's, but daddy's. So, okay. Just a reminder, all women are not the same, but their body counts are not. All women are the same, but their body counts are not. Okay. Okay. Some folk got it. She actually set up her phone, pressed play, went into the water, came back out, edited the video. I think he meant press record, and actually posted this. A fully grown woman with childlike tendencies. She's in New York City. I guess she's hoping that that's what will happen. More nonsense.
On a date last night and I canceled it. And here's why. He picked a lame restaurant. Okay, the restaurant you pick says a lot about you. And I take my restaurant game very seriously. And so if we're not compatible on the restaurant you choose, we're not going to be compatible on a lot of other things. Okay? Like $3 minimum, preferably 4, white tablecloth, and you need to offer to send me a car to get there. Okay? Thank you. I was supposed to go on.
All right. I did this for a reason. I did this for a reason to show you that this is why the New York Post was upset, y'all. Who the hell owns these papers, by the way? The New York Post is upset. And I want you all to understand what they're upset about. Did you all notice there aren't any women here really saying very much anything? Did you notice that? The overwhelming majority are males, including some you might recognize. I guess it takes a comedian to recognize a skit. And what I'm saying is that whether it's a skit or not, do you realize there's not a bunch of women out here who really are gravitating to that? You know why? Because they're not getting offers. They're not getting that. She's allegedly sitting in Manhattan, and yeah, baby, you're making plenty of Instagram videos or whatever. You know what you don't have? You don't have a man who's offering to do any of this. By the way, remember I said about the pension pimps? Remember what I said about that? Remember what I said about that and daddy issues? Oh, here come the women.
Damn!
Here come the women, y'all. Oh, they're looking for a bailout. They are looking for a bailout. It is epidemic. It is everywhere. Yep. Well, they say, okay, we know where the low-hanging fruit is. Let me find somebody's retiree. They don't mean older man. They mean a retiree with disposable income. Shouldn't that be against the law? Isn't that like, targeting or something? If you can arrest the Tinder swindler, how is this legal? Dating an older man is cool because you don't need double D's. Okay. And she's expressing her insecurities. You just need 20/20 vision to help them read the menu at a restaurant. Okay. It's a bunch of chicks out here trying to get it how they live, y'all. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Notice that's when the females showed up when you did that. So they can't afford this. This is an expensive ass area up there in New York. Then again, there are no cheap areas, but these are expensive areas. She's not trying to figure out how to pay for that. I'm not dissing or bombing on nobody, but I would like to say one more thing. I'd like to know what penthouse in New York this is. Not bombing on you, ma'am. I recognize you're trying to get your social media thing together. I get that, but what kind of handbag is that? Okay. Ma'am, are you ever going to make it up them stairs? I'm not even going to click on that. I'm not even going to do that. All I'm saying here is that I see this picture here and anybody can go here to go take this picture. I'm just checking to see, by the way, who is taking you up on your generous offer. So she might be working on her social media career. Okay, rage baiting, I get that. There are other females who just understand it's not really a joke to them. That's not really a joke. They're not really joking. They really mean that. It's really all about, do you beg them for? You know why? Because the damn rent is due. If she lives in Manhattan, you all know the average rent in Manhattan, our median rent in Manhattan is $5,000 a month.
Damn!
Okay, she can talk about Manhattan all she wants to here. Manhattan is $5,000 a month. That's just the rent. Forget about buying anything. You ain't buying nothing to live in Manhattan. If you're not a billionaire, you're not buying anything. So understand that. It's $60,000 a year just to live there. It's $5,000 a month. Y'all thought y'all city was brutal. We've been covering this for years, people. So she's talking about, first of all, Lil Wayne. Yes, she wants to live in Manhattan. Okay, but at 5 G's a month? Folks, fellas, this comment right here, no, he's not joking. You want to know why it is that they think they can talk crazy? I'd send you a car if I knew you'd wear those sandals and I could rub your feet. Fellas, I'm not making this up. This is real. And what she's saying is, if this is the level of thirst out there, there's gotta be some old, worn out fella whose career is over, who's just looking for a younger chick she's looking for a sponsor. And she's like, there's gotta be one. She wants to live in Manhattan. Let's get somebody to take care of my Gucci sandals. And who's gonna pay for all this? Not her. I don't know what green guacamole is in that cup, but in any case, I wanted to put that in its proper context. If she's in Manhattan, New York, it's $5,000 a month to live there. She's not trying to pay it. No, she's trying to get somebody to do that. I don't know how long the line is. I suspect it's rather sparse, but then she's doing everything humanly possible to mess it up. This did not help your case. Okay. But I did want you all to notice that the posts where the females did show up for that. Manifesting, I marry a... Manifesting, by the way, okay, your stuff has been co-opted, y'all. Manifesting, I marry a dominant, masculine man who runs his empire like a beast, but forgets how to breathe the moment I say I'm mad. And then you move over to the comments. Then you move over to the comments. Then you move over to the comments. Okay, bro, I don't know what your point was, but all right. I just thought you all should know. The ladies were picking and choosing where they show up at, but take a look at where they're showing up at. So, yeah, if you're sitting there and thinking to yourself, they don't really mean that, or Oh, it's just her neck of the woods. It's just a skit. Even if you were thinking that, just thought you should know. Take a look at all the women who thought that was great. So, fellas, that's why I'm letting you know. Right now, the bill has come due and it's caught up for them. It's caught up for everybody. You need the strength of 5 men if you're going to live in these places. And if you're living in New York, try 10 or 20. No, they are not looking to back off of it. Yes, they are looking for you to take care of that. No, they are not looking to arrange or rearrange a damn thing. And it's going to be hard as hell. Actually, it already is. Actually, it already is. I'll leave it at this one. Telling 5 different men to send me money for the same thing. All right. Okay. That actually sounds real. So, if you're in Manhattan, just understand you'll have chicks talking like that. You'll see what they saw there. They're not saying very much, but they agree with that. And for the fellows who are wondering, where is this insanity coming from? Where is this damn lunacy and madness coming from? It's coming from here. Coming from here. There's a bunch of that out there, and it's coming from there. So don't get it into your head that they're going to take it easy. No, you see what it is that there's a lot of guys out there working their asses off, but remember, everything is about salesmanship. And the salesmanship is about selling the men on her ceiling, not her floor. Even if she doesn't get any bites or whatever, and I don't think there's a lot of biting going on here. If there is, it's just for the weekend, but it is not for a let me keep this around every day. It's not for a let me keep this around every day. Y'all got to understand, there's a lot of folk out here on them SSRIs, not SSIs, but SSRIs. What? They're getting on the internet. They're trying to relive the Sex in the City years. Whatever the hell the girl's name was on Sex in the City, I'm like, okay, they're in their damn 60s now. You got chicks half their age, or at least 2/3 their age, sitting up here trying to do their impersonation of it. And what I'm saying is, okay, I get this. All this stuff she talking about, where's it at? Oh boy, to my incel white male listeners, I should have gave y'all a warning before I clicked on this one. Oh, I'm gonna need a trigger warning sound drop.
Damn!
Yeah, I'm gonna need a trigger warning sound drop, y'all. I should have. Yeah, just some of the fellas out there and whatnot. This is gonna bring up bad memories to you. Oh, this is going to bring up bad memories. This is going to bring up bad memories. Oh, it's going to bring up bad memories. They are not going, oh boy, it gets worse. Oh, it gets worse. Oh, they going to hate her. If anybody goes back to the damn Rolodex, they're going to be hating her. Oh, they're going to be hating her. Oh, when she had the world as her oyster, this is what she wanted to play with. Oh, with the cowgirl outfit on. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. He'd take forever to text me back, but had no problem liking bikini pics the second they dropped. Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out what Caribbean island he's from. No shade, but yeah, boy. Oh, man. Oh, y'all, the females. Oh, boy, the females. What are they doing here? Oh, man. Okay. All righty. There they go. Brutal realities here. Oh, man. Megan says, loving you more. All right, you're hurting feelings through here. Hurting feelings through here. Hurting feelings. Especially this chick right here. You know she lying, so, all right. Lie on, ma'am. However, I will make one point. She wasn't demanding that he take her shopping and all that stuff she was talking about. She wasn't demanding that he do it. Damn! Yeah, just one more thing, by the way. She wasn't demanding that he do it. He was the man. He was her favorite. And she didn't demand that he do any of this other stuff she was talking about. He didn't have to do none of this. He didn't have to do any of this, and she still looks back on him fondly. He didn't have to fund her dream lifestyle, make her life easier. I guess he did for about an hour a day. Tell her that she's expensive but worth it. He might have told you he was expensive. He didn't treat you like it. Okay. Plan for the future? No need for that. He ain't going to be there for it. Okay. Clear intentions? He clear intentions for layup. So, yeah, she didn't require any of this stuff here from Stella Got a Groove back. Yeah, from Savannah Got a Groove back. She didn't require that. Hey, baby, did he have to send you a car?
Alrighty then.
Hey, y'all, do y'all think that he had to send her a car? Do y'all think that he had to do that? Asking for a friend. Do you all think that he had to send her a car? Do you all think that he had to take her to the fanciest restaurant in New York? Do you all think he had to send her a car when it was raining? Yeah, she's gonna make a lot of folks angry with this because she's built the way the white dudes like. And come on, to all my white male listeners, stop. Don't even start that. Don't even start it. She's got exactly the build that you're looking for. Like, okay, it is what it is. I'm just saying, though, but was she required? She's coming. And, one more thing. Take a look at her hair coloring. So, you take a look at that, and then you see the way it looked after that. So, when she has the money for it, she goes off and bleaches it blonde when she has the money for it. Okay. But, yeah. Do y'all think that, he was sending her a car? And do y'all think that's what happened? This rooftop stuff here, do y'all think that happened? Oh, look at the wrist. Okay. Asked and answered. Okay. I see a bunch of women up there. She's like, hey, I got a guy with me. Y'all got a bunch of bros. I got a guy with me. So, do y'all think that he had to get her a car? Do you all think he had to take her to a fancy restaurant? Somebody in the chat room said gas station Chester's chicken.
Damn!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then y'all see that smile? Yeah, this is going to cause emotional trauma to the fellas out there that don't like seeing white women admit some certain things. This is going to cause emotional trauma. When them fellas talk about Tyrone, that's the one that bothers them most because it's like, oh, he can be many things. That's what sends guys like Nick Fuentes up the wall because even if he weren't, a certified 3-foot tall weenie, he can be many things, but he can't be a 6'2" brother with 6-pack abs ready to do this thing. That he can't, all the money in the world won't make you that. She's like, can you be a black man who can pick me up with one arm? Can you be that? What do you do when she lays that one on you? Like, hey, I got money, I got access. And she's like, okay, can you be a black man with 6-pack abs? Can you be that? That's got to sound pure evil when she lays that one on you. Can you imagine, like, after she's been with well, I'm not going to use some of the names they usually use. But after she's been with Chocolate Thunder, I mean, you see that smile on her face. She's wearing the teeny weeny bikini. After she's done been with Chocolate Thunder, I mean, and she can't lie and say she didn't enjoy it. Then she tells you that you're an older guy, but you grew on her. Explain that one to me. Like, how do you get over that? I mean, she done been with Ebony Earthquake, and now she's coming to you talking about all the stuff you gotta pay for. She's expecting you to pay for everything with no questions asked. It's just when she shows up, you bow down. Remember, you can be a beast everywhere else, but when she shows up, you tremble. Man, okay. After she been rocked by the Ebony Earthquake, and then she's telling you that you grew on her, but she's got to help you read the damn menu at the restaurant and make sure you take your diabetes medication. Oh, but you grew on me. How long did it take the Ebony Earthquake to grow on you? How long did it take the Chocolate Chunk to grow on you? That's what them guys need to be asking. How long did it take for him to grow on you? Did she ever smile with you the way she does with him? Think about that for a few moments here. Take a look at this background back here and how she's smiling. Take a look at that background. I mean, this fella got the holes in the jeans and everything. Take a look at that background and how she's smiling. Okay, but when you older fellas show up, the older guys, she's just talking you crazy. She's talking about what she ain't gonna give you. I don't have to have double D's. I just gotta be able to read the menu for your lame ass. Okay, and then she hits you with the bill. Yeah, this is a whole different background from that other one, ain't it? This is a whole different background from that other one, isn't it? Man. Yeah, boy, it's like for you now, she's like, oh, here's the new price, but I'll take a look back. Here, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, because I'm looking at the fudge sledgehammer, and she's sitting over here smiling, but she's telling you about what you got to pay for. Yeah, now I can see why y'all fellas over there on the other side is mad. I see why y'all mad now. It's like, okay, I'd be kind of offended too if I was on the receiving end. If I was on the receiving end, I'd be salty as hell too. Yeah. She talking about you gotta take her shopping and pay all her bills and take all her expenses. Yeah, hey, for all the white dudes out there, I don't blame you for being upset. I'd be kind of salty too. Hey, when she starts talking to you like that, did you tell the Hershey hammer to do all this for you? Damn! Yeah, did you tell the Hershey sledgehammer to do all this for you? Yeah, I don't blame you for being resentful. I'd be nutting up too. Because you can take a look right here. It's like, okay, well, where's his car? It's like, okay, wait a minute. Before I sit up here and do this for you here, where in the hell is his shopping budget? Yeah, I mean, these are questions folk want to know here. So where's his shopping budget? Because she's telling all y'all now she's got to have a shopping. You got to take her shopping, and she's allowed to be expensive, and she gets to decide the restaurants. I'm like, oh, okay, and he took you shopping where exactly? Like from one pillowcase to another, I imagine. Yeah, but chocolate thunder, Hershey sledgehammer, ebony earthquake. He wasn't required to do any of this. By the way, I wonder who paid for this. Damn! Hey, who wants to place bets on who paid the tab at this rooftop restaurant they at? Who wants to place bets on who paid the tab for this? Oh, I'm sure he was footing them bills, right? Okay, I'm wondering who paid the tab for this, y'all. Who y'all think it was? Who do y'all think paid the tab for this little rendezvous here? Who paid the tab for that? I'm wondering. Okay. I'm just wondering there, because she was telling you about all the stuff that she's not going to do and what she's not going to take and what she's not going to have, and things that she does not even consider. And I'm like, y'all, do you think he ever got her more than a coffee? A walk. They were just sitting there standing by. It looked like on a pier of a lake. Does swimming qualify as walk? Workout class? Okay. Dive bar, because it looked like they were standing on the dive board there. But okay. That y'all did ebony earthquake? What does it look like he using? Where does it look like he takes her? Come over? Wait a minute. Y'all, hold on a second now. Now, she just said that she doesn't date Mr. Come Over. Do you see this damn picture? If this isn't the epitome of Mr. Come Over, what the hell is? And she was smiling like the Cheshire Cat. So, she doesn't want to have a date for Mr. Come Over. This ain't nothing but come over. Came over. And I guarantee you that's her place. But anyway. Okay, she says she don't do Mr. Come Over. And what about this? What the hell is this? Okay. Yeah, so fellas, if you want to know why it is you getting mixed signals, they're not telling you the damn truth, by the way. And the New York Post didn't go into detail about this either. Now, for those of y'all who read the article, I actually went into detail about it. I'm one of the few people who can actually be bothered to read anything, whether it's Anne-Marie Wiley or anybody else. I'm one of the few people who can actually be bothered to read. Okay, she doesn't have to help me with my reading skills. And I just wanted to let you know that this is actually more like it when you see all the females who approved and they got something to say. They're letting you know, oh, this is what it's about. It's about this right here. So when she wants to have, quote, fun, she wants to do that. But this fella ain't financing he ain't got to finance no trips. He doesn't have to pay for her bags. Where's her expensive handbags around here right now, y'all? Ladies, I want you to understand why it is that men ain't falling for the damn scam anymore. This fella don't have to buy her any, and I said don't. This dude don't have to buy her any handbags. He doesn't have to get her a car. He doesn't have to send a Uber. He doesn't have to pay for her sandals. These two are sitting here, forget a damn pair, they're sitting there barefoot. He doesn't have to do any of that. He can take her walking. He can take her swimming. He doesn't have to break no damn bank. Where's her expensive handbag here that she expects him to pay for? Where's all those expensive gifts and stuff? Where the hell is that? The only thing she talked about was he was hot. He don't have to do any of that. All this stuff that she's going to the New York Post sitting up here talking about, this dude didn't have to do any of it. Not even an inch. She didn't have to do a thing. That's why you don't see the handbag. You don't see expensive shoes. She's sitting there with some damn cowgirl boots on, and she is fine. She is cool right where she is, just like this. This was great, just like it is. This fella here didn't have to reserve a budget, get her flued out, take her to a dive bar. It's like, oh, he's telling her, where are we going? Hey, baby, where are we going tonight? Hey, she got a clown picture over his face. Did she have a clown picture on his face when he was over there handing out the chocolate thunder? Damn! Lie. Okay, she can be as salty as she wants to right now. Was he a clown when he was giving her the chocolate Batista bomb? Was he a clown then? That's the real question. She can try to clean it up all she wants to. You salty today? Was he a clown when he was giving you the people's ebony elbow in your apartment? Was he a clown then? That's what I want to know. Okay, he's a clown today, but was he a clown when he was taking you around the apartment in 80 minutes? Was he a clown back then? With his hat on and whatnot, with you grinning to beat the band, was he a clown back then? I know how you're trying to clean it up today, but was he a clown then? Because he looks like everything was all right. I mean, if he was a clown, then you were the ringmaster in the three-ring circus. But yeah, when he was giving you the chocolate power bomb, what was she saying then? Yeah, y'all, it all turns to that later. Oh, he was a clown. It's like, okay, but he had his ticket to the circus. She was in under the three-ring circus under the big top with him. He's a clown, but you was getting your ticket to go to the big top. Okay, so I'm like, we don't believe you. I don't really count this. And plus, this was this year she posted this. It's 2026. And you still talking about him? You got new hair color. You've gotten older. It's 2026. And you still talking about him. So he couldn't have been that big of a clown. He's a clown now. It's like, okay. But he's a clown now. I get it. Okay. I get it. Y'all know how it is now. Y'all know how it is. When he was giving her the brown backbreaker, he wasn't no clown that day. When she called him over, when he was Mr. Come Over, she didn't have a problem with that. So he could be the jet black bomber back then. Okay. That was cool. But now you a clown. Now he is. Okay. He wasn't a clown when you was paying for dates and taking him around the city. Does this look like a clown situation? All right. No, just call it for what it is. He's a clown now. Okay. Y'all want to wonder what happens if he hits her up tonight? What? I wonder how confident you would be about what would happen if he hits her up tonight. Y'all think if he hits her up with the text tonight, y'all on a Friday night, especially because she likes to drink, y'all think on the Friday night, if old boy send her the what's up, you think she ain't gonna tiptoe out the door real quick? I'm so sick of you. You just want to use me. You're not consistent. You're not going to settle down. You with anybody right now? No, because all you men are the same. Okay, well, let me come on over and show you I'm different. Let me come on over and show you I'm different. Let me show you I've changed. Okay, we're not having sex. I don't want to have sex. I just want to talk.
Nigga, what?
Oh, there's some females in here having some PTSD right now. There's some females in here having some flashbacks. I don't want to have sex. I'm just coming over just to talk. I just want to talk. That's all. Okay, you can come over, but just to talk. That's it. Okay, I understand he came over just to talk, but why is he bringing his hard hat and his Timberland boots? Well, I'm trying to figure out. What? He said he came over just to talk. Why is he bringing the damn backpack? Why is he bringing a backpack with some extra clothes? If he's just coming over just to talk, why is that happening? So, we're just going to talk. Okay. Does she look like she wants to talk? Oh, by the way, genuine passion. Hey, Russell Wilson don't know what this feels like. You all see these pictures right here? Russell Wilson ain't never seen this. Russell Wilson has never seen what this looks like from Ciara. This ain't never been. Oh, soft and feminine and dainty and leaning on him. And Russell ain't never seen this. Giddy and smiling like a high school girl. Russell don't know what this looked like. He got to go for the game. He's just got to sit there and let her go ahead and lie to folk and just act like he okay with it. He has no idea what this is like. Look, this fella got his feet on the ground. She's sitting up here like a puppy. Who the hell's holding the camera? He's sitting next to her like a puppy. She's sitting next to him like a puppy. Oh, man. Who the hell's holding the camera here, too? What? Okay, I hope he wasn't doubling up. She might be upset. Whoever's holding the camera, he might have... these selfies are one thing. I want to know who's holding the damn cameras over here. Yeah, y'all ain't never seen a picture like this with Russell Wilson and Ciara. You ain't never seen that. She's sitting next to him. I mean, like a puppy sitting next to him. She's just up on all fours right next to him. All he got to do is lay the arm over. That's it. She's done. Feminine engaged. Take a look at her hand placement, y'all. Take a look at the hand placement. Russell ain't seen this neither. Take a look at her hand placement, people. Russell ain't seen this neither. There's a bunch of guys listening right now haven't seen this either. Auntie, chill! There's a bunch of guys listening to me right now, by the way. They haven't, you ain't seen this neither. Okay, bruh. Warning signs. Warning signs. Facial expressions. Body movements, body language, body posture, body language. What does this body language tell y'all right here? What does this tell you? Okay. Okay, like I say. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's why she's like, okay, now that we done did that, she's got her memories. All right, let's go see if we can find some old white dude to sit up here and pay my bills for the rest of my damn life. Let me see if I can get you to go ahead and do it. Let me go find some old retiree looking like Matlock. Let me see if I can find you. Now that the ebony backbreaker is done with me, now that I've had my fun with the chocolate backbreaker, now that I've got my memories, let me go find somebody with a pension and some benefits and some disposable income to pay my efficiency apartment here in Manhattan. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, fellas, they trying to get in. Coming to a city near you. It's the same story in Atlanta, Dallas, Raleigh, Nashville. You got to have 5 people to pay the damn rent. Man, what do you think that's a joke? No. That's why they're bugging you and nagging you and everything else. You can make all these damn videos. That's not going to make fellas sit up here and do that. And the other thing is, what really bothers them is that they got to limp along. This is not a strategy. The reason that they sit up here and lean on you and beg you and sit up here and try to basically hijack you and kidnap you from marriage is because they want a long-term economic strategy. You see, keeping a man happy month to month, that's not a long-term strategy. Yeah, it's one thing, okay, this takes care of this month, but now she's looking down the barrel, okay, 29 more days. Although hoes get their rent in late, so it's more like 21 more days. What? So they're looking for a long-term strategy. It's a lot of guys out here thinking they got a wife. Nigga, you got a chick who saw you as a long-term strategy. Let me see if I can get something solidified for 12 months. Let me do that. So there's the real reason. Talking about dating with intention. Yeah, the intention to save on the damn deposits. It's about that. It's a bunch of dudes right now thinking you got a real relationship. She love me, Jason. Okay. Let me see the last 3 dudes she was with. I promise you they were doing a lot less than you. They wasn't real men. Who is it who determines that you doing 10 times as much as the last 3 guys makes you a real man? She did. Me and Russell Wilson, we know what real women is. So when she's ready for the bailout, now she's talking to you about long-term stuff and big ticket items. The fellas that they really desire, that dude ain't got to bring nothing. By the way, this is kind of disrespectful, ain't it? All right. Use them for their money. Okay. Okay, that's kind of disrespectful, ain't it? Oh, she made sure you are nowhere around. Okay. All righty. Oh, okay. He's renting. Oh. Okay. Well. Some things look familiar. Yeah, she coming and telling you a whole different thing right there. Obviously, it didn't last because, yeah. So, to the ladies just wondering, by the way, fellas see it, they hear it. Do you realize the absolute crush of females out here trying to do that? All I can say is you're going to have to be straight up the middle. There's a bunch of pension pimps out here. They'll go ahead and pick up the tab. To the fellas listening, fellas, I know simp's gon' simp, okay? You've been sitting in the damn dark for so long. You've been sitting on the sidelines for so long. I mean, you're just famished. You can't afford to say no to anything. Nothing ever stops for you. Nothing ever pays you attention. And just like these chicks are looking for a long-term solution, you're desperate for a long-term solution. So you're tired of, you had to wait 7 months before you could get this chick over here to stop long enough to spit on you. Now you're like, okay, we got to do better than every 6 or 7 months. Maybe if I make them an offer they can't refuse. And then finally you start negotiating with yourself. Well, I mean, I guess, if marrying her, maybe that's the only thing I haven't done. I haven't married him. So if I do that, maybe the problem is me, and I'm just not doing enough to convince them that I'm serious. So if I just go ahead and give her some more, maybe they don't stick around because I'm not giving them enough security. Did the fudge flashlight have to give her security?
Nigga, what?
Did he have to do that? What security did he have to give her? And notice she didn't say the problem was he didn't make enough money. So she didn't hold that against him. So look, I know simps are going to simp. They're going to give in. They're going to give up. They're going to just take what they can get and run. I get it. I understand it. I'm just letting you know that that's not going to work. That's not going to work. There's just going to be a bunch of fellas out here get the damn pockets run through. She's going to stick around long enough to see if she can get some extra benefits from it. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Philadelphia. Oh, man. Life is already hard enough in Philadelphia. Then there's places that just ain't ready for it. Charlotte, Raleigh. They ain't ready for that. They are not ready for that. They are not. But there's a lot of chicks out here who are just not going to be prepared for the fellas. See, men can live a threadbare life. We're okay with that. Women can't do that. That eats their souls. Women are creatures of ornamentation. Women can't stand to be in a world they can look at but can't touch things. So they're going to demand to get that. And when they can't get that, okay, let me find some jackass lowlife. He can let him foot the bill. All right, it's going to be a bunch of that going on. But right now, folks, you get the idea. It's going to take 5 of y'all. You're going to have the strength of 5 men, ladies. Ladies, today you're going to have the strength of 5 men to make it, and that's just 2026. What do you think 2030 going to have for you? What? By the time we get to 2030, ladies, you're going to need the strength of 7 to 8 men to make this work. Talking about Lamborghinis. These chicks can't afford the damn Mercedes when they can finally get their way in that C-class. No, baby, no. There's going to be a bunch of chicks out here trying to do the strength of 7 men. You can't depend on your girlfriends for it. That's not going to work. Women don't help other women. Women don't help other women financially. So as a woman, if you're going to get ahead, the reason why this bull jive talk you talking about here, Miss Diamond the Dunce, don't work is because women ain't going to paper you up. You're not catering to other women. You're catering to men. There's not a single female going to make your life better. You're catering to men. So is this chick here. Savannah is catering to men. She's not talking about a damn thing with women. There's nothing women can do for her. She's every post men. Yeah, because that's the only place they're going to get no money from. Women are not going to do a damn thing for you financially. The other women are going to sit there and say, you go, girl. The other women are going to sit there and say, I sure do agree. What they're not going to say is, let's take care of you. And by the way, when these females do put together their little female communes, and that's a joke. Those things won't even be there in 24 months. They come and go female communes have been a thing since the 60s, okay? That's not new. For you millennials and Gen Alpha who think that's a new thing, actually it's not. These all-female enclaves, they've been around. That little camping resort thing, that little idea has been around since the 60s. It never lasts. You know why? Because eventually stuff needs to get fixed. Stuff needs to get paid for. And women get mad when other women come to them talking about, ain't you gonna fix this? If the plumbing needs to be done, the roofing needs to be done, no, the women ain't gonna do it. And what's gonna upset them more than anything is another female coming and knocking on her door talking about, hey, Savannah, I've got a leak in the plumbing. Hey, Savannah, we need to get the roof patched. Hey, Savannah, do you know how to change a doorknob? You might have been able to buy a doorknob, but you don't know how to maintain the place. Do you have the physical strength for it? God forbid you have a flat tire. It's going to be a bunch of chicks out there getting oily and messy and talking about, I'll be damned. That's when they're going to start breaking ranks. They're going to say, screw this. Let me get a man. You chicks sit here and fight with that tire. I'm going back to the men. So whenever the females try these female enclaves, they've been doing it for decades. It never lasts. It can't last. It makes headlines. They always swear something's going to happen. It never occurs because it can't occur. It makes good rage bait. It's just not something sustainable. Hell yeah, a pickle jar is going to get them all stuck. First time they have to open up a pickle jar or a peanut butter jar, that's a wrap. The commune starts to break down. The damn arthritis and carpal tunnel syndrome. Forget all that. So no, when they need something, they're going to come looking for a man. That's going to be the only thing that they're interested in. Hey, where's a guy? Other females making demands and expecting them to do something. She's going to be like, heifer, get the hell away from me. Women don't want other women looking to them for stuff. Damn sure don't want to have to lead. And if you try to lead over them, they're going to resent you. That's the crazy part. If you do become the most resourceful female, you basically become the man of the group. Okay, but you're still a female. Now they resent you because you have authority. So they'll treat you the way they try to treat men today. They're going to want to give you responsibilities, but no authority and no respect. So they're okay if they can use you, but they don't want to have to respect you or give you authority. That's going to go bad quick. Yeah, ladies, if you want to know what it's like to be a man a lot of the time today, just take a look at how you get treated at your female jobs there when you start looking for that. Okay, we got AJ here on Zoom. AJ, unmute yourself.
Hey, how you doing?
There you go. What's on your mind?
I'm doing good. Last time I spoke to you was 3 years ago. I know you were supposed to call in every 6 months, but I spoke to you 3 years ago, and I told you my wife at the time, she told me that she wanted me to move out, and I told you I didn't know like what I was doing, and I told you I was working at a warehouse and everything, and I don't know if you remember.
I've taken a few more calls since then, but this sounds very familiar. But what's the situation now, 3 years later?
So yeah, I was in the military, right? I was in the Marines. Before I wasn't getting like any pension, but now I'm getting a pension, all glory to God. And like it's just that she was trying to take me out from my pension because we was married, and freaking she was lying. She was like, "Oh, my fibroids is acting up," and she was like, I'm bleeding. She was like, "Put me on your insurance," and then the reason why she told me to do that was so she could do witchcraft, and then I could die, and then she could get like my pension for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? Because we was married. Like once she found out, once I got my 100%, she tried to like take me out and take my money, right? And I'm just saying the truth. But I was able to get away. I was able to catch a plane. I was able to get away, and now I'm good. Now I'm chilling. So,
well, my tax dollars at work. Oh, we're going to have to clamp down on this disability thing, y'all. We are going to have to do that. It's just that you thought the military contractors were bad. We are going to have to clamp down on that. Oh, but I'm telling y'all thought the folk coming over here from Nigeria was bad. Just these military people they put us through it. Anyway, how long, now, you weren't married to her for how long?
6 years. 6 years.
Okay. Were you in the military the whole time during that 6 years?
No, only in the beginning. So like only like the first 2 years I was still in the military, and then like I got out, and then I got injured, and then I got out.
Where'd you get injured at?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Where did you get injured at?
I was at Officer Candidate's school. So I have a bachelor's degree in economics, and I was in the Marines.
You got injured at Officer Candidate School.
Yes.
Y'all, I want y'all to think about that for a few moments. There are people in here who've been in car accidents. They've lost limbs, and they're not going to get a lifetime anything from school. There are folks in here who probably tripped and fell down a staircase at school and ain't got nothing but a trip to the ER. And oh, please tell me that they didn't give you lifetime disability. Please tell me they didn't do that.
Yeah, I got lifetime. Just from like the PTSD, depression, and everything. So they gave me 100%. Like they gave me like just everything. VA home loan, GI Bill.
How many wars did you fight in?
None.
Glad we got our money's worth at least. I would have hated to think that we didn't at least, get to go topple a few governments to help shoulder this. So, isn't peacetime a blast, y'all? Isn't maintaining the empire a blast? Okay. So the first 2 years of you all's marriage, you were in the military, and then you got out. How did you avoid having her get your benefits?
Basically, I found out that she was trying to take me off my benefits after, but we already had a domestic violence case going on for several months. And, my counselor, he came in and he said, "Hey, like this has to end. Book your flight right now and leave." And then it was after.
Yeah, because did you tell me that like she was like trying to talk to some other dude?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say, I think you told me she was trying to talk to another dude and whatnot. So that Welcome to Uncle Sam's Army, y'all.
Nah, she wasn't trying to talk to other dudes. She was like, she was talking about like, oh, I want you to make more money. Like she was like my best friend. Her boyfriend is a millionaire, and then blah blah blah. You remember I told you that? And then her best friend, who's a millionaire, right? He's actually wasn't a millionaire. He was a scammer, right? Everything he gave her was fake, right?
Shocker.
And then, like, after like they were gonna open up a restaurant. They were gonna open up an Indian Jamaican restaurant, right?
Lie.
And then he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna get a minority-owned business. I'm gonna get a minority-owned loan. Blah blah blah."
Tell him join the military and stub his toe. That will help him. But go ahead.
Yeah, she gave him $35,000. She gave him all of her money, and then every time she wanted to talk about the restaurant, he gave her the cold shoulder. And then eventually, she Googled him, and then he already had all these cases on him from other girls and stuff like that. She got scammed, and mom, they were trying to compare me to him. They were trying to compare me to him. I got my bachelor's degree. I got my shit. Like, what? I work as a teacher. They're trying to compare me to a damn scammer. So everything happened for a reason.
Clearly it does. So you're saying that you were able to get, he was able to run this disability game, y'all, and what you're saying is that she's not going to get any of it.
Yeah.
That was real slow. Are you sure about that? You seem uncertain.
No, 400%. I already put in the divorce, so it's over. I put in a no-fault divorce because we used to live in Florida, so I don't even know where she live at, so.
Okay, and you're saying that at the time that you filed the divorce, you weren't getting it then?
No, I was getting it. I've been getting it since like since January. But I just put in a divorce last month. Last month I just put in a divorce.
Why'd you wait so long?
Just financial reasons. Well, you know what I'm saying? Just I had to move. I went up to Florida, right? Then went down to Florida to get my stuff and hid. Then went up to Florida, and then I was just trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I mean, but you're saying that she tried to get it though.
Yeah. I like God showed me that like she was trying to take me out. She was trying to take me out because she lied because she wasn't on my benefits. She was not on my benefits. She lied to put me on her benefits. She was like, hey, hey, like my fire was acting up, and then I was like, I don't care. And then she was like, she started letting me sleep with her. Right. And then she was like, please, my fire was acting up. And then I put her on my benefits, right? And then after I put her on my benefits, and then I was trying to go and get some, she was like, get away from me. I'm like, what the hell happened? What the hell changed? Right? She got what she needed, which was to be on my benefits. And then, you know, her excuse was when I tried to get some, she was like, oh yeah, it's because I got SA'd when I was 16. I'm like, you 28 years old. You've been married for 7 years. You got SA'd at 16. I cursed her the hell out. I'm like, get the hell out of my house. And then the day after, that's when I left. Right? The day after. So.
Well, at least you avoided getting any more trouble. However, all she got to do is ring the damn. Wait a minute. Slow down. Hold on a second. You said you filed last month.
Mm-hmm.
Last month is in which month?
In June.
Okay. About when in June? Like June 1st or June 30th?
Bro. You caught me. Like, I haven't put in the divorce yet just because she's not on my benefits, right? So I'm like, I gotta get my money right. I really gotta get my money right. Like,
now, for those of you who wonder how it is I caught that, it's because he said he was still sleeping with her. Now what he's about to try to do is characterized as if, well, that's been a while. That's been January. That's been way earlier this year. That's the way he's going to try to characterize it as, oh, we ain't slept together in months and years. I'm just letting y'all know, when he told me he was still sleeping with her, I'm like, yeah, you're still sleeping with her. You still on.
No, I'm not. She lives in Florida. I don't know where she
and
lives.
You visit.
Last time I saw her was last time I saw it's been 73 days. It's literally been 73 days since
you
I
have
saw
her
her,
phone
so
number.
Yeah, I have. I changed
okay,
my phone
so
number.
it doesn't matter where she physically is. You don't have to know where she physically is right now. If she can be in the same hotel room with you tonight, it doesn't matter where she is right now. She gonna be where you gonna be. As long as you know how to contact her, you can make sure she can be where you gonna be. So that doesn't mean anything.
No, I don't. That girl's crazy.
You don't say.
I got away.
Okay. How many kids does she have?
She don't got no kids. We don't got no
kids. No kids anymore. Okay. I'm not going to ask how many abortions. All right. But in any case, yeah, bro, like I say, it's just when you told me that she rang the bell and told you let's have some sex and you went running, I'm like, yeah, he's still doing it. He sure is. Because otherwise, you would have, after the situation 3 years ago, she wouldn't have been able to get you to do nothing for her if that were the case. You would have taken care of all this then.
Like me, I ain't gonna lie. I was blind for a while, right? Like everything you said, like it's always been hard for me to listen to your broadcast because they would have hurt. They would have hurt. But now, like you know what I'm saying? I'm getting through it. But now I'm just like I've hopped out. I've hopped out the dating scene. I've just hopped out. You know what I'm saying? Like the money I make, which is $4,000 a month.
You have slept with that woman in the last 60 days. There's no way.
I have not.
The only way you wouldn't have is if she just didn't answer the phone for you.
I went no contact. I went no contact.
Oh boy.
I left and I went no contact. She's a narcissist.
She's what?
A narcissist.
A narcissist.
She's a female narcissist.
Okay. First, I thought you said nurse assist. I'm about to say a nurse too. Damn. What does she do for a living?
She's a BBL consultant, a surgery consultant. We was living in Florida, and I was working as a substitute teacher.
Okay, did my Humpty ears? Did you say she's a BBL consultant?
She sell what's the more call it? She basically worked the hotlines for Miami for Miami surgeries. You know what I'm saying? She basically a consultant. You know what I'm saying? She's a surgery consultant. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but she sells BBL. You're the one who said for BBL, sir. You didn't say a surgery consultant. You said BBL consultant. So if she dealt with heart transplants or something, that would be different. You said BBL consultant. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but she quit her job. It's funny. As soon as I left, right? So the lease ended in June, right? So I left in April, right? And then she quits her job. She quits her job in May, right? Her job that she loved so much that she made so much commission off, she quit it in May. And in June, right? She was supposed to clean out the apartment. That was the last time I talked to her. She was supposed to clean out the apartment and we split the security deposit, right? We ended up owing the security deposit, right? So I don't know if she cleaned out the apartment.
June of what year? June of what year?
June 1st.
Of what year?
Of 2026.
Okay, so last month.
Yes.
So you're saying that you and her had an apartment literally up until the last 2 weeks?
Yes, but I left.
Y'all, did I call it or did I?
73 days ago. 73 days ago, I've been living in Jersey. And she's been living in Miami, so I haven't seen her in 73 days.
I'm just letting y'all know, did I call it or did I call it? Now, you said that you left and went to Jersey in April, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what that means is that your feet have not touched the soil in Florida since April.
Yes.
You have not been back to Florida for any reason.
No.
Okay, I'm not, either there's a restraining order or something else. I'm not sure which one it is, but
Jason, I put a restraining order on her, but they
Okay.
denied the restraining order.
All right.
They denied the restraining order. For real.
Nah, I wonder why. All right. So in this case here, at least you were smart enough to leave her with the apartment. So I hope this doesn't ding you or anything like that. You say the lease expired in June.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I hope you mean for real expired, not you just got up and walked out on the lease. But in any case, so the lease expired in June, and I pretty much figure leading up to June, she was probably making all kinds of begging and overtures and making all kinds of noise for help.
Yes.
Okay, because what part of Florida does she live in?
We lived in Miami.
Wow. What part of Miami?
Downtown Miami.
Oh boy.
Like we lived by the the Planet Fitness, the Publix, I forgot, but yeah, downtown, the health district, Miami.
Well, she does help people with their BBLs, so that's kind of, I don't know if that counts as health care, but was she a nurse or is she just taking calls?
Just taking calls. That's all she did was take calls.
All right. I got, where was her family from originally? What part of the Caribbean?
No, she's black. Her family from South Jersey. South Jersey, Delaware.
Okay, sir. No, they came from somewhere else. That sounds like straight Jamaican.
No, for real. Like she Native American. Like she Native American and black. Like
when you talk to her this weekend, you just ask her about that so she can tell you where her grandparents are from. When you talk to her this weekend, ask her about that. Well, in any case, you got lucky on that part of it at least. So I don't know if she's going to stop trying to go at your benefits. Hopefully it won't succeed because you've still been talking to her. So, and he hasn't filed any papers yet to divorce her.
Now, I'm not talking to her. I just literally just haven't.
But you're still married to her while you're drawing your benefits right now.
She can't touch my benefits because she's not on the physical military paper.
But you're still married.
Yeah, we're still married. Yeah.
So she's still a military spouse, sir.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I hope you're not, like I said, you talking like you got everything all sewn up. You might have got your benefits. I hope it doesn't turn to our benefits, but yeah, bro, you're gonna have to get your act together, man. If you're gonna do that stuff, do that stuff. And the time to cut her off was years ago, so that when you got to this point, she wouldn't be even in the picture, because she wouldn't even know. Because the whole thing is your money ain't never been right. I know y'all, I'm using a lot of bad grammar, but your money's never been right. And because of that, you've been trying to fix things while you're sitting right there next to her. The problem with that is she is now privy to all that information. She knows what you've been doing. She knows what you got. She knows that the ship came in. So what I'm saying is that she's got information she shouldn't even have. If you had literally dropped her a year ago, because you renew your lease from year to year, if you had dropped it in June, when did y'all move into that place that you're in that you were in?
June of 2025.
Did I call it or did I call it, y'all? If you would let her go ahead and have that place in June 2025 and you dip out, she wouldn't even know what's going on right now. She wouldn't know about the benefits or nothing. It'd just be like, he don't even talk to me no more, okay? I mean, she wouldn't have enough knowledge to be able to sit up here and scheme on your stuff. But you tried to do all that stuff sitting right there next to her, and of course, sexual convenience because drought. And I'm just saying, now she's got a lot of information she really shouldn't have. If she wants to make an issue with this, you know full well she can. She probably just has not said the right thing or talked to the right person yet. But if she keeps at it, if you're getting it, she potentially can. You already know this. So I'm not saying I hope it happens. I'm just saying, don't play me for a duck. She's you're not out the woods yet. I hope it lasts. You all don't have any children together, please.
Yes, Like, yeah, I put some protections like on her. I had to do what I had to do, put something on. You know what I mean?
Okay, but you and her don't have any children.
No.
All right. Well, at least we got that much going for us. So.
No, but Jason, let me tell you, I'm Haitian. You know what I'm saying? But like, you feel me? So that's why I'm like, she's not Haitian. She's Black American.
Okay. Well, I need you to start getting like us and start working hard. Stop trying to live off the system, y'all. I know it's tempting, but I need y'all to do what we do. Work hard and get off the system and start doing that. Do what we do. I know it's difficult. I get it. But it's time to start working hard. Okay, because I'm a glutton for punishment, how much are they giving you a month?
4,000.
Oh my God!
That's 100%. So 3,938 something.
No taxes.
No taxes.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I say, welcome to New Jersey. Give me a call back. Give me a call back in 6 months if everything is still the same, or if she done found a way to get a hold of your benefits. We'll see. Call me back in 6 months and let me know if you still been able to, if you still been able to sit up here and avoid the man.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
If you're able to go ahead and give the man the slip. Yeah, if you're able to dodge the man, let me know. So y'all, oh boy, I hate this government. Oh, this government, this is the worst government this side of the Soviet Union. It's at least over there they make you work for. They just giving money away. It's just giving it away. And then want to raise taxes on those of us who do pay taxes, by the way. Because I pay outrageous taxes. And this is what they do. For those of us paying taxes, and then somebody gets in the military for 3 months, ain't fought no wars, we defend liberty. You ain't defending me from a damn thing.
Nigga, what?
Haven't defended me from a thing. Been sitting here the whole damn life playing pickleball and I mean, we got folks didn't make it out of boot camp talking about lifetime disability. There are people at Amazon who've gotten injuries, lost a limb, and not gonna get lifetime anything. There are some of y'all in here, you've worked for corporations. You've gotten legit injured on the job. Morgan & Morgan, here's my x-rays. They brought in specialists, didn't think I was gonna make it. Y'all got folks here, my canker sores are acting up.
Nigga, what?
Oh, I think I'm getting carpal tunnel in my pinky finger. Nigga, please. And need some lifetime. They got lawyers, these scam ass lawyers. Do you need help scamming the military to go ahead and get your lifetime? She knew a guy and he was a scammer. And I'm like, you don't say. He was a millionaire, but he wasn't. He was a scammer. I'm like, there's a lot of that going on. So I was in school. Now I got lifetime disability, and this was after I left. And it's okay. Like, okay, because a nigga like me got to get out here and work for it. But remember that time some lawyer came in? Hey, remember that time you was in the military 3-4 years ago? Yeah, but they kicked me out for smoking weed. Well, don't worry, we can get you disability for that. You sure? We sure is. It's that, y'all. Oh, I hate this timeline. Oh, I despise this multiverse. This timeline sucks. I'm sitting over here working. You mean to tell me I could have gone into the military for 6 months, bull jived around? I'm sitting up here thinking I gotta go dodge bullets. I'm sitting here thinking I got to go dodge bullets, and this fella here, y'all got folks sitting up here stubbed their pinky toe, and now they're going to get lifetime disability. I mean, I have met so many people who are ex-military. Some of y'all have too. I'm talking about their fitness instructors. They do Iron Man. I'm talking about Iron Man competitors getting full disability from the military. Full disability. Doing an Iron Man. Running a marathon. And then billing it to us. At least the fellow who killed bin Laden, at least he can say he did something for it. We got these folk right here. They didn't make it out of the boot camp. Didn't even make it out of military school. Let me get my lifetime disability. You thinking they were there for 20 years? He's like, oh, I was here for about 20 months. A little less than 2 years. Now I get $1,000 a week. Straight to the weed man. Straight to the weed man. Straight to them hoes. Straight to Instagram. Straight to OnlyFans. And just, oh man. Yeah, y'all. I've got to get a new timeline. I gotta get a new timeline. Yeah, I'm doing my best here. Let me see if I can get Eric up here on Zoom. Let me see if I can get Eric up here on Zoom. Okay, Eric has disappeared or something. Okay, Eric, I don't see you. I'm about to get rid of you. Okay.
Good brother, can you see me?
Okay, we can now. Oh, this is like dial up here. All right, Eric, what's on your mind?
I was calling in because I'm a Patreon subscriber. I checked in with you about 3 months ago, and we talked about Google Maps and how it is a utility as you encouraged me as I started my IT career. I'm at permission to email you of something that I have built. I work on Saturdays, so I just can't get to it on Patreon, and I just took this opportunity to ask you if I can do that.
Okay, sure. Just send me a message on Patreon.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us a call. All right, already. Fellas, you've been warned. The simps ain't going nowhere. Just be aware. Just be aware. It is what it is. You've been warned. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up here tonight. Where am I at? Let me thank everybody who has contributed to support tonight's program on PayPal, Super Chat, Venmo. Shout out here to Rodney Scott, Zachariah, Ryder Firehawk, Eonto9, Fear to None. Big shout out to y'all there. We appreciate that. My man Wesley in the house tonight. As always, y'all got to tune in for the insanity. So it is what it is. Paul tuned in tonight here as well, so appreciate that also. If you are new here to the business, welcome to the program that all your favorite YouTubers love to hate watch. Probably the most dangerous program on the internet. Y'all all heard it tonight. Probably the most dangerous program on the internet, which is why you need to tune in. So click that subscribe button, that notification button. Join us each and every time that we're here. If you haven't joined our Patreon, the link is in the description. As you've seen, some of my Patreon folk called in here tonight for better or worse. So few things to follow up on while we're at that. So we'll be doing that here as well. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to tonight's program. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And this concludes tonight's broadcast of The Business. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, Mr. Jason Black. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember, handle your business or your business will handle